Now
There we
we're
go.
live. YouTube
Still says
being
waiting commander
extreme.
on my
Yeah,
YouTube.
should be coming up now-ish. Hopefully. Cleebity bobbity boo. I
Still
see.
nothing over here. Although this might be unlisted gang stuff, I guess. that,
It should be
that people
on public, I think.
I mean, I'm on the page. I can see chat. It's just not playing anything.
It looks like it's buffering. Maybe. Hang on, let me disconnect. I'm switching now. So that's what I did. And I switched my internet service provider. And now
Right.
everything just works better in general. So I'm not complaining. And I pay $10 less as well. And as soon as the gigabit connection is here, the big wire, shit, what was it called? I can't think of the English term right now.
Fiber optic.
Yes, that's the one. I've already applied for that. As soon as that's available, I'll get that. And then I got the big boy internet, just because
Yay.
I want to. Ah, man. But yeah, we're a bit late and gay today. Had some
My fault.
technical difficulties, unfortunately, but that's sometimes the way this works.
Yeah, my microphone seems to be totally fine with transmitting USB out, like my audio, my microphone audio sending out, but for sending back to my speakers, everything's distorted, and you would think that that means like the headphones, right? So the thing is no, because the internal monitoring in the headphone actually sounds totally fine. But
Yeah,
anyways, like we're here. That's all that really matters.
good old technical stuff. It's great. Uh, he switched to Gestapo internet. I don't think we have that in general. I don't think that existed. But hey, if they provide great service, I would do go there. Oh man,
It's secret internet.
yeah. Uh, honestly, I like the stream, but I would like it more if Bootle responded to the Germany accusations. Hey, this is classified information, okay? So I can neither confirm
The
nor
Forge has
deny.
apologized. The Forge has apologized for Germany on several occasions.
uh, good stuff. Good stuff. Actually, I have a little rant I want to go on. I had that rant before, but it came back to memory yesterday because we went to the big old flea market that happens here in the warmer side of the year, and was the first one yesterday. And it's always nice to go there, maybe find some stuff, some old video games, some retro games,
I
and
absolutely heard you say flea market.
that's what everybody said. Yeah, I'm trying to always say flea market and not flea market because then it does definitely sounds like flea market. But yeah, um, I didn't buy a single thing. Like they all have the same fucking games every time now. It's really annoying. There's nothing interesting. It's like, oh, here's like another couple shit, and there's no one anymore that just like, hey, I got this box of shit. Just buy that for like $20 or something. Uh, you probably have to go there as soon as they open up because all the people do this all year round. They probably go over that market first day in the morning and just buy all the cheap good shit and they put them on their own storefront. Because there's like a couple of them that just only have games, and some of them are like really good ones. They got like Japanese versions and stuff like that. And I was mostly looking for like some GameCube games because I bought a GameCube on that same market 2 years ago now. But getting GameCube games physical is a massive pain in the ass, and they're really expensive. Like they start at like 30, 35 euro. It's really annoying. And yesterday I was going around. There was one thing I found, and it was Metroid Prime. It's like, oh, that game rules. I want that for GameCube. And it's like, oh, there's even like an extra disc with I think Echoes in there, which apparently is the demo. And I go to the guy's like, hey, what's up with this? And he's like, oh, you know this is like the American version. I was like, oh, okay. I mean that's fine. Wait, and then I was like, wait, do the GameCube has a region lock already or still? And he was like, yeah. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it sure does.
well, fuck. Well, then this is unfortunately no use to me, and I can't play it, and I had to put it back. That was the only interesting thing I saw, and at that point, I was just deflated. I barely even looked. I was like, God, this is just so it's boring. You can't get any good deals because they're all aware of the online market prices, especially like the big thingies, the big stands that have like only games. I was like, man, this is not fun anymore. I mean, I got like a nice walk in. The weather was awesome yesterday, so that was nice. Just going around. It was full of shit as well, probably because it was the first one of the year. Um, but man, I don't know. Maybe I need to find some street flea markets where they just sell straight from the garage. Because like garage sales are not really a thing here. At least I haven't really seen any of them. But maybe I need to check online. But man, those are like great for just going out with some friends and just walk around, shoot the shit and shit like that. Uh,
Yeah,
but
I would
man,
be
just finding
scouring garage
something
sales.
really interesting. Not really. It's like all the same stuff. They have so many games sometimes. And it's like, yep, there's another. Ugh, it's just all the same. So boring. And the most interesting stuff are the things that are like Japanese or American versions that I can't play on my consoles. So they're kind of useless to me. So that's a shame. Really annoying because I really like going on flea markets. It's fun stuff. And on top of that, I'm playing Magic. I play a lot of Magic with the friendos and stuff like that. We got the new version that came out, and we're gonna draft that on Friday actually. And every time I'm there, I'm just like, oh, just maybe someone has some fucking old Magic cards just sell there. Maybe some old booster packs. But no, they all just have fucking Pokemon cards, and I'm fucking losing my mind. I found one guy that had like 4 packs of a demo pack for 2 players. It's like that's fucking useless. And one random old pre-built deck. They, they do not sell magic cards on those markets. It's fucking annoying. It's all Pokemon. I'm so sick of it. I see so many clips online of them opening Pokemon cards. It's like, oh, this one is also worth $250,000,000. It's like, how are there so many of those? It's like, I just don't understand the market at all. I know it's like super up and hyped as shit because everyone is opening those packs online. But Jesus, how are there so many that are worth so much? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's weird.
Things are only ever worth what you can find someone willing to buy it for, though. So I think that's the thing when people are like, oh, this card is worth this much, this one's worth that much. It's like, yeah, but I mean, are you selling it for that much, really?
Well, in
Like,
the
are they
case of
ultimately
Pokemon, apparently yes. I mean, you have like the fucking Logan Paul is like, I got this card for $250,000,000. I bought that, and I was like, oh, okay. And there's like so many that are worth like hundreds. And I'm pretty sure like I always check at least for the new Magic thingies that come out. I was like, is there any like expensive cards in there? I had one that was $70 one time, but then it went down like over the weeks when the when that edition got like a bit older. I was like, okay, that's like the most of it. But they open packs that have like this one is 50, this is 100, this is 200. It's like I don't understand. Like, isn't it like scarcity mostly? At least that's how it works with Magic, as far as I'm concerned. They don't really have like a lot of mega expensive cards in Magic sets. It's weird. I just don't understand the Pokemon market. I just don't. There might be a reason.
Yeah, it's secondary trading card markets. Nothing I have any expertise in at all. It's just never been a world that I've been tapped into in any big way.
Yeah. Also, I'm
Even
not even a
video game.
collector anyway. I just found it weird that I see so many of them opening on those packs online. It's like, look at all these crazy cards. Like, Jesus, how's there so many of them? It's so weird. And they have like so many different editions now. Like, I don't know. I'm just getting this all by proxy, but it's weird. It's kind of weird. But they sell like fucking hotcakes. The Pokemon cards, like. There's scalpers everywhere as well. I don't know if you were aware of that thing. I think like a couple of years ago, or they probably still do it. They have like these vending machines of Pokemon cards, and there's like these guys that just immediately bought all the stock from that vending machine, and then everyone behind them couldn't get any cards because they were just gonna sell it on eBay for more. It's like Jesus Christ.
Well, and I think that's the trick with the scarcity too, right? Like the more you get a market that starts having people move into it specifically to just buy up all the stock, which
Mm-hmm.
then increases the price. you could maybe sell some of them to other collectors. Generally, probably those same people that were up trying to buy stock. They'd just be trying to what would be the word? Isolate more of the higher value cards. But then, like, when it comes right down to it, it's like once the craze is over after a couple years, it's like how many people are really going to be
Yeah.
willing to buy those cards at prices that are as high as they are when everyone just thinks that they're super rare and nobody can find them, because eventually you'll just have it so it's all the people trying to scalp, like speculating on value, that are the ones who own all the stock, and they're probably not going to want to buy from each other. So eventually they're just going to try to liquidate it, and
Mm.
that'll mean that those cards will end up being like pretty cheap as far as I can estimate, right? Because I think that like a similar thing was happening. Granted, not now that the prices have increased, but with like PS5 consoles a few years ago, that so many people had bought so many of
Yeah.
them to scalp that they were starting to not be able to even sell them for retail price. Because why would you, if you can just walk into a Best Buy or like whatever, like electronics store and buy a PS5 for retail, why would you pay a scalper for retail with no warranty, if especially if they've been holding that unit for over a year, right? Because they wouldn't then have a valid manufacturer warranty receipt.
Mm.
So they have to start selling for like a couple $100 below retail. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, just
Uh,
invest in stocks or something, man. Like, don't deal with cards if you're or like scalping electronics. If you're looking to make money, it's better to just invest like a normal adult.
yeah. I actually just checked because I have one card that's over $100 now. Apparently, it wasn't a couple of months ago, so that one actually gets more expensive. I got an Ocelot Pride with the extra art on it and foil. Apparently, that's now $142 reduce, which is up by $63. So I didn't even know that. So that's my
I
most
might pay that
expensive
much
one.
for Revolver Ocelot, but
Yeah,
I don't know Poke Ocelot.
but yeah, it's a good card in
Hey,
general. But yeah, I didn't know that was got more expensive. And then the next, the next one that's the most expensive is from like an old set I bought, like a pre-built deck. I think Shoe Kingdom, I think it was called. But yeah, apparently someone in chat has several 500 plus MTG cards. Damn. Well, you're more lucky than me. I rarely get any expensive cards. But yeah. Wait, there was something else. I lost my thing for Magic when they started the franchise crossovers. Ugh, they annoy me. There was a turtle one, Ninja Turtle one, just now before this edition, and we completely skipped that one. We didn't even play it
all
in Arena.
all the Magic cards I currently own are Final Fantasy Magic cards.
I wanted to just get the one with Titus in it because of nostalgia, but I wasn't super interested in that one. It had some good cards for other decks, but yeah.
I
Um,
did. I got Lulu for Final Fantasy X characters, and I was like,
nice.
okay, well, I'm done. I
I'm
never need to
done.
buy
I'm
another piece
peak
again.
reached.
I mean, like I got a box of like booster packs from my sister for Christmas. So she was like, "You like Final Fantasy, right?" And you were upset that mom sold all your Magic cards because that is true. She did.
Yeah. I need to ask my friendo. He still has Magic cards, but he doesn't play anymore. Maybe I can get his. But then again, since I started playing Magic again, and I had to realize when you start doing Magic, when you actually have money to spend, it's like, oh fuck, it's taking a lot of space. I have like 2 drawers just full of Magic cards and shit on my shelves. I'm like, God, I'm already running out of space anyway. Anyway, I got more Magic cards already, so there we go. But yeah, flea
All right.
markets, kind of like, kind of annoying. Still fun to go over, but whatever. I don't think any of
Um,
us bought anything yesterday. We just walked over it and then we went home and had food.
yeah. Well, it's you got social time in time with
Yeah,
friends. That's nice too.
yeah, we did. We had a hot pot. That was nice.
Hey,
Uh,
I've been doing nothing but work on things around the house for the last few days, and it's actually made me not even be able to get through all that much of Pragmata. Which we were wondering if you guys want us to do a more kind of thorough, like 2 playthrough forge of it that we do 2 weeks from now, or if you'd rather just hear what we think about the movie, the game next week, because yeah, we're debating on when we should schedule it for. So if anyone has any thoughts,
Well, I would
please let.
rather ask how long is the game, because obviously I want to be thorough, as thorough as possible.
That's
Uh,
true too.
so
Yeah, so Swole's here, and I think think you said Swole
yeah, I
already
think Swallow is
finished it.
already through it once. Do you have any infos on like end game stuff? Is that going to be a lot of time? Because that kind of that kind of will set if we do it the following week or in 2 weeks, pretty much.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been enjoying it so far though. I think it's a fun shooter adventure game. It's been pretty good. Is my short review.
no, game is 12 hours first playthrough, 15 for everything apparently, and then there's hard mode. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I do find it a bit on the easy side, so I don't know if that's going to change later into the game. I just finished the New Yorkie area, and yeah, I think I'm entering the biodome, but I haven't gone into it yet. So
Well, I haven't started
that's
yet because I was busy this weekend. I have no idea. I only played the demo, but it's already ready to go for tomorrow.
yeah, the demo is essentially the first level with a
Oh,
few differences, but yeah, no, it's good though. It's fun. I find both Hugh and Diana to be charming characters, so there's people who I enjoy hearing from through the game. I find that every time I go to the little save room that you basically can get and find warps to throughout the levels. Every time I go to it, I want to talk to Diana and sort of hear what she has to say and exhaust her dialogue. And yeah, no, it's pretty cool so far.
no. Well, sounds good to me. Yeah, 12-hour first by 15 for everything. So the thing is, I could probably make this work for next week, but then I couldn't go and edit more things because then I would pretty much need to stream week, all the week, all the week. Forget about the. Sorry, it's a quick heart attack or something, stroke.
Story is tear invoking. Oh my god, I didn't want to know that. It's been so wholesome and happy so far. I didn't know that's where it was going at all.
Nah, it's just some stupid clanker who gives a shit.
She's adorable though. She's like a little puppy.
You punt her across the moon.
Oh, don't punt the puppy. Haven't you seen Anchorman?
Uh, you couldn't even look outside. I finished look outside, but yeah, we'll see. I'm
I
gonna.
think I have to restart Look Outside. I've got Pie Guy 3403 over there says that I should finish Look Outside, but I think I did one run of about like 3 hours, maybe two, and when hearing Metal and Mahler talk about it some, I realized I'd been approaching that game all wrong and was going to
Mm,
just that run's gonna be a disaster and end in failure. So I'm just gonna restart whenever I do get back around to it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I did want to polish off the last two Resident Evil games. That funny enough,
God, please,
when
no
I
more
think
Resident Evil.
three, I mean, it's more that I was going through them as like a refresher on the series because, like, I mean, hey, there's some remakes that are going to be coming out, and I have played through the two that are on deck to be remade purportedly. But what was funny is I got down that Resident Evil rabbit hole partially because people were giving me shit for not having finished Resident Evil Revelations. And I'm on the last chapter of Revelations, but I still haven't finished Revelations. Even though I've played original Resident Evil as Chris once through, remake as both Chris and Jill on hard mode, Resident Evil 2, Claire A, Leon B, 3 Nemesis, Code Veronica, and I'm still chipping away at the Resident Evil 4 professional run. I'm in the castle though, and I'm doing things in the castle, and it's been fun every time I found the time for it. But what was funny is after all that, I still didn't finish Revelations, so I might finish Revelations today because I am on the last Queen chapter or whatever it's called. I found the new boat, which I don't know, minor spoilers for Resident Evil Revelations. And then Resident Evil. Oh yeah, no, I did play Resident Evil Zero as well. Hybridum reminded me of that, which I kind of want to play again with the item box mod because the item management in that game infuriated me. And I knew the item box mod existed. I just figured like, but if I play it with that now, I'm not going to like properly understand the game as it was designed. Now that I do understand that, I hate that aspect of it. So I think I would really like to give that game another shot with a less micromanagey inventory focus. And yes, technically Resident Evil 0 is a prequel. It takes place like the day before Resident Evil 1 though. It's essentially what happened to Bravo team, or the majority of it, and how Rebecca gets to the mansion. That said, it really on e prequel. Like it's a prequel that doesn't seem to make sense when you play the original right after it.
Okay, wait a short
Or before it
disconnect.
in my case. Oh, okay. They missed my Resident Evil 0 rant.
No, it was like a second or so. I don't know why. It was random. We should be fine.
But I guess in conclusion, Resident Evil 0, you might want to give it a shot. There are some things that are kind of cool about it, and it is one of the fixed camera games that I've come to almost prefer, with the exception of Resident Evil 4 original. But the story has some trouble making sense with even Resident Evil Remake, that it was essentially the follow-up to. So I don't know, because it just makes it seem like Rebecca has just seen too much to not tell Chris Redfield about what she saw in that game.
Very well.
Anyways, we were going to cover a movie today about...
Well, we'll get there, I'm sure.
Oh.
Definitely play on hard. The act mechanic is annoying, but also kind of satisfying when you execute it well. Interesting. I didn't find it annoying when I tried it. I assume this is about Pragmata. I'm not going to revisit the game after I'm done, though. We'll see. I might play on hard. I like to play on hard, so...
Hard mode, it's not available right away. You have to finish the game before hard mode unlocks. Like I'm playing on the high you can play on, but
Gotcha.
It does the Resident Evil thing of like can't play the game on hard right away. Which for Resident Evil, I guess some of them makes a bit of sense, because there's a lot about the mechanics and the like the systems in the game that you need to understand in order to be successful on hard. But I feel like Pragmata on hard I could have just done right away.
Right. Hottest setting available. Gotcha. I was trying to recommend it to Mala, but not sure if he saw my message. That's Resident Evil 0, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think I sorted this in my brain now.
Yeah, 0, I like all the Resident Evil games I played on the highest available difficulty at first playthrough. So I think for Resident Evil Remake, it was like climb the mountain or something like that, because they're all written weird. It's like delightful stroll, like brisk walk, and mountain climb, I think are the names of the available difficulties. But once you get through I don't know if it's any of them or the one I did, but then hard mode unlocks. And Chris on the mountain climb normal mode is harder than Jill on hard. That inventory space, man, and grenade launcher, they make a big difference.
Good. I see. I thought I had something else, but I guess that I didn't. So, movie time.
There was one more bit of news. Oh, sorry. I guess.
Go ahead.
But Metro 2039 got announced this week, and
yeah,
it's been causing a little bit of controversy because apparently Hunter, who's a pretty important character in at least the first 2 games. I forget if he's even mentioned in Exodus, but he's also, I think, the primary character of Metro 2034 that I have yet to read, but I believe I will read it this year. Apparently, he's become one of the Nazis, the evil. Well, I guess not German, but the Russians who subscribe to bad German man's theories. So that has pissed a few people off. However, Dmitry Glukhovsky, the writer of the books, is heavily involved in the story. He did say a thing earlier today on Twitter saying that Metro 2039 shouldn't be called a game; it's an experience. And
don't say that when you
because I hate when people do that, though. I was talking to Wolf, actually, because Wolf's a big fan of the Metro games and books. Mm-hmm. In fact, he's the one that recommended I read the book like a long time ago, actually, like years ago at this point. And he said that comparing him to Andrzej Sapkowski, the Witcher writer, is night and day, because apparently Glukowski's always been like very respectful of the games, has said that yeah, the games are one of the reasons why people buy my books in the West right now, and he's been heavily involved in them, whereas the Witcher guy is just like, ah, fuck it, I sold the rights to CD Projekt for like $1,000 in 2001, and stupid games, I hate the games, they suck. And yeah, so hearing him say it's not a game is like, oh, dude, don't go down that road. Don't
Yeah.
become a truckman. No one likes that.
Yeah. It's an experience. Shut
This
up.
year, though, I do want to definitely replay the Metro game. So if
Yeah.
you do as well, maybe we can do the thing I've been saying to do for years, which is a Forge series on Metro. Even if we just do the original and then do the new game when it comes out.
Yeah. Depends on the timing. Was there a release date? Was it already for this year?
This winter is what they
This
say, which
winter.
could be as late as March 2027, because
Yeah.
winter's the season that spans the year dateline. So
Yeah.
I'd say that's safe to say that within a year the game will be out. So that's a good chunk of time to play through the old games and read/audio the books.
Yeah. I like the Metro games. Even the third one. I don't think I liked it as much as the other two. That's all I remember, really. It's been a long time since I played them.
It's a little more open. I think when people say I didn't want to play that one because it's open world,
It's
or
got
they're incorrect,
semi-open world, yeah, because you have like bigger maps, like a couple of
There-
them.
yeah.
No.
There are some more open areas with a little bit of non-linearity, like approach this objective in this order, but it's not like Ubisoft checklist open world. It's more like,
No,
hey,
no.
instead of tunnels, you've got a desert.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I think you were like on a train or something, right? And you were going
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. I kind of remember. I think I actually streamed that on Twitch when it came out because it was on Game Pass or something. I don't know. It's been a long time for sure. Been a bit. Yeah, I like those games. They're fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice. Speaking of war machines,
oh, nice one. Nailed it. Yeah, it's
hey, we talked about a train, metro.
yeah. So yeah, the big old war machine. So last week we left you guys with, well, we find something to watch, and I was just kind of looking at the list and looking around stuff, and then I opened Netflix and was like, wait, War Machine. I think I heard about that like once a week or two ago when it came out or something. I think it came out fairly recently. And I was like, you know what? That's a fairly recent one. Looks like it has some action in it. It's a big robot. Might be fun. Let's do that. And so we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, hello, TruePub. How's it going?
Hello.
So yeah, if you read the title, you know what I think about this one. It feels a bit like Predator, but without all the sauce in it, and the characters and the interesting things. This is I think I told Mahler about this movie earlier today, and I think I called it a exemplary Netflix movie that you don't have to look at to know what is happening most of the time.
Yeah, it is a very, like, I can just kind of have this on, and at times it'll be kind of enjoyable sort of movie. It's not, calling it good would be going too far. I don't think anything about it is strictly terrible, but none of it is very exceptional at the same time.
I just find it to be incredibly dull and noisy. Not, I mean, like noisy. It's like, oh yeah, there's lots of explosions happening. It's like noise in the background. I don't know. It's just has like all the things like, ooh, look at this pair. It's like, yeah, but this doesn't mean anything. Let's be honest. It's just like, yeah, I guess you kind of set this up, but you just hit the checkbox for this one. So there we go. Good stuff. But yeah, this is with the guy from Reacher, right? That's the show he was in.
Yeah, Alan Richardson.
Is that any good? I only ever heard about Reacher.
First season's good. I didn't like the second season at all, and I'm not sure if there was a third season. But yeah, I'd recommend Reacher season 1. I think that's an okay season of TV.
Interesting. But yeah, this is like all about the big military guys fighting a big robot. At some point, because first we have to, dare I say, character development a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think it's fair to say that like Alan Ritchson's he's got an arc. Like there's a thing that they're doing with him in this movie that I think is more or less fine. Like I
I
was
think it's
engaged enough in it to want to know how things panned out for him.
yeah. Uh, it's I think it's funny here in the beginning. So we start in a good old Afghanistan. You know, the U.S. military hive for all action movies. Because where's my dumbass button? There we go, found it. And we see like a convoy of Humvees and a truck and all that good stuff, going to another convoy who has been stranded on the road. It's just some mechanical stuff, you know. They have some troubles with their machines, and we get introduced to, well, I would tell you a name, but this guy doesn't get a name. We just get to call him 81 because this is going to be his number when he goes to the training. And that's like a thing they do, that we never get this guy's name. It's just 81. So he gets in here and he's like, "Hey, who's that fucking idiot who's ruining my morning route or something?" And we quickly learn that's it's his brother. These are brothers. Look how they get along and have all this wholesome banter and stuff. It's like, I really hope nothing bad is gonna happen to the brother.
Also, he's Jai Courtney, who plays Kyle Reese in Terminator Genesis. So when we
Oh,
continue the arc, he's
okay.
the worst Kyle Reese ever. Though I think in this scene he's fine. He's really just in this scene, but I guess spoilers. But yeah, I think that he's better off not playing characters who have been portrayed better by other
Hmm.
actors.
Is he John War Machine? He might be John War Machine. Yeah, yeah. uh, then they just start talking. It's like, "Hey, did you remember how we meant to be rangers? Wouldn't that be awesome?" It's like, "Hey, we were like 18 and now we're old and shit and stuff, so no thank you." It's like, "No, what up, Jay? We just barely made the cutoff age. We should definitely do it. Wouldn't it be great? Like, this shit here is boring. We just drive around in the desert and it's all, again, boring." And it's like, fine, let's do it then. Let's do the RASP program, which is just like the Ranger Assessment program. Uh,
Yep.
he fixes the car, and there's some Chekhovs in here. We got Chekhov's thermodynamics, first rule of thermodynamics, and Chekhov's stop leak.
Yeah. Which is also, I mean, this is probably the most irresponsible element of this movie because you find out that the brother poured the stop leak in the engine in order to essentially have to do a triple R, like a repair recovery request,
Mm.
so that his brother would come out to fix it so that he could talk to his brother. And it's like, yeah, but you also like stranded your convoy in like in a hostile war zone.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know, maybe get back to base and like find a way to communicate with them, like radio them.
Yeah. No. So yeah, then they decide, yeah, let's just go and do that in the morning. That sounds great. Let's do that. And the way it's shot already is like the brother is in the background. It's like, "Are you not gonna say goodbye?" It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna see you tomorrow anyway when you put more stop leak in your car." And then everything explodes and everybody dies except our main protagonist.
3 days from the retirement line.
Dude,
I'm not gonna make it. Oh, stop talking crazy.
it's so painfully obvious that this is he's gonna be just dying, and this is gonna be the protagonist's thing on his mind the whole movie, that he uh couldn't save his brother because his leg gets hurt as well. But the whole thing is like, he's gonna drag the brother back to base to save him, but obviously that doesn't work, and he wakes up in a bus, and it is now 2 years later. And we see he's got a brace on his leg, and he's also taken some what I assume is pain medication or antidepressants. I don't know. They never really show, but he does take them before going to bed, so it might be something along those lines.
Do we ever actually see the bottle?
It's only just a generic yellow pill
It
bottle.
might actually be similar to what I take for my like phantom pain, like a nerve pain medication.
Right,
Which,
right, right.
his leg is less robotic than mine, but the the remaining human part of my leg does hurt quite badly at night if I don't take meds.
Right, right. Um, we also see there's one other soldier who notices him and that he's like is like waking up badly, and which is something he also notices through the training. He's gonna be number 7. Yeah, they arrive at the camp. We see all of those trainees, and we get some people that we will follow around. I think 44, she's the tanker lady who drives the APC later on. We get number 15. He's like a delinquent, if you will. He has been expelled before, and it's like, oh, you're only on one strike, and then you're out again. He's like the quote unquote troublemaker.
Yeah.
We got number 7, who's team leader, who I think is my favorite character because all these funny things happen to him. Unintentionally funny things. He goes through fucking hell in this movie, and it's the funniest fucking shit. I couldn't. The more things happen to him, it's great. He's just along for the ride. I'll get into it when we get there, but God, he made me laugh so much every time something happens to him.
Yeah, he had a rough go.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got 81, our main protagonist, who refuses to be a team leader. So I think the idea is if you were like in actual combat and have like experience, they call like E6 or something. I assume those are like some kind of ranking systems in the military of some sorts. I don't know if you have any clue about that, Mark.
I'm not in the American military,
Yeah.
so not 100% sure. I guess the E could be engineer because he was an engineer.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a better question for an American military guy.
Yeah, but and yeah, 81. He's like, hey, you're E06 or something, so you gotta be team leader. Give me your consent for that. And he's like, no, I'd rather not.
Which is funny, and like it was probably the first thing in the movie I was like, "What?" Because the slogan for the Rangers that they do say a lot in this movie is "Rangers lead the way."
Yeah,
So like, I was like, "What? Really? You're going for Ranger selection? You're offered team leader, and your first response is no, I
yeah.
don't want to
So
lead the
this is
way at
also
Rangers."
my problem I have with this arc, because the way they portray it this whole time is like that he kind of fucked over a team, and it was like a problem with leadership that these things happen, because there's like a big focus on him not wanting to lead or even bond at all with anyone.
Mhm.
And I think the whole point should be, or the point that would be much more sensible, is that he's like this survivor skilled kind of dealio. He's like, oh, I don't want to leave everyone anyone behind, and don't want to be responsible for, don't want to be too close to them, so I don't feel this pain again, or something along those lines. Because the thing that happened in the beginning is like they were ambushed, which initially was a non-combat scenario, right? They were just like, hey, let me fix this shit. But obviously they get attacked by some, I don't know, Taliban or whatever, and get all blown up. And it was nothing that he made an error or anything, because he even says later on himself, like, yeah, I couldn't get him to safety in time because he was still alive before I passed out. And if I would have been better with that, I could have, saved him. Look, I don't think this whole not wanting to be a team leader fits very well with what he went through. Like it's odd, I think.
And I think they handle it better later on when it's more that as he is a team leader, he's doing it as if he is a robot. Like he's not adding a human element to the way he's giving commands and leading.
Mm.
And I think that they do some okay stuff with that later on. I just think that off the bat having him flat out refuse to take the team lead thing was to me a bit strange because I would almost think that the people, granted, I've never been an Army Ranger through that selection course, but I always think they'd be like, wait, you're refusing team lead while going for Ranger selection when our slogan is Rangers lead the way. Like, are
Yeah.
you sure you want to be here? And yeah, and I think that they might have turned him down from psych evals too. That they kind of gloss over there.
Yeah.
They addressed it a little bit later on. I'm just not sure how he got onto the course, considering his current mental health state.
Yeah, the guy he gets the numbers from even says like, oh, he's been applying like 4 times now, but was already cut because of medical issues. But now he made it, and oh, he barely made the age cutoff. It's like, yeah, yeah. Also, his leg is fucked, which by the way never really does anything in the movie. it's just like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem to slow him down all
No,
that
not at
much.
all.
Oh, okay, so I guess E is for enlisted ranks, O is for commissioned officer ranks.
Okay, I see. Um,
So I guess enlisted 6 staff sergeant says ran out of channel names. That's that's a funny. Actually.
but yeah, next 10 minutes or so, they're just the training. It's 8 weeks of camp to become a ranger. People get yeeted out every week or so, I assume, and pretty much our guy is just a super mega soldier who does like 5 times better at everything than everyone else. That's
Yeah.
like they have a hike and he's like so far in front of them that he laps them on the way back. it's like, oh, you're making us look bad, and he doesn't really react to anything. He also doesn't bond with with anyone, not everyone, anyone. He's like
Yeah,
far better at everything. We see Seven seeing him having trouble sleeping and taking the meds, which he tells all the higher ups at some point. He reports back to them. I guess there's oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I think that's sort of the big interesting element of his character, that it's the idea of like, is the best soldier the guy who is just the better at everything than everybody else, or do you need something else? And like, I mean, it's a simple sort of premise, but at the same time, I've been on a lot of military courses where you run into those guys that are like super fit and they're really good at everything, but at the same time they kind of think they're better at everybody and are less good at group cohesion and don't want to work as a team. So when things happen where they need to work as a team, they get frustrated and they end up being the ones that that end up reacting poorly in stressful situations and become a bit of a liability. So it's there is that element of the character that it's like, okay, is this guy here because he's actually going to be a good soldier, or is he here just because he's super fit?
Yeah, yeah. Somewhere here, 15, and the other ones, they kind of talk about the rumors about him. It's like, ooh, he carried his brother, like, I don't know, what was it, like 10 miles across the desert back to base, and he got a silver star for it.
Long distance, especially
And
with a leg injury.
leg injury on the shoulder on his back. With the shoulder, he always has shoulders on his back. His brother on his shoulders. That's what I meant to say. And 15 is like asking, hey, is it true what they say about the thing? And then the drill sergeant or whoever it was comes in there. It's like, no talking during blah, blah, blah. And then they have to do an extra hike or something, and they get in trouble.
That is very, very common on military courses, that there is no you get punished. There is you all get
Everyone
punished.
gets punished, yeah. I mean, that was like they always have to think about Full Metal Jacket with that when you have the big guy. God, I haven't watched it in a while. What's the kind of tism guy called that?
Lawrence. But I'm gonna call you Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, yeah. Where he smuggles out some donuts and everyone like keeps getting frustrated at him, and even Joker was like, "Dude, I'm just trying to help you, man. But then when they all beat him with the soap,
With the soap,
he
yeah.
joins in. God, that movie is so fucking good. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Joker lays into him because ultimately it's like, while he feels sorry for him, when like given that moment to be like, yeah, fuck you, he takes it.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies. It's really good.
Yeah, I'd say easily probably a top 3 war movie for me.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to maybe think about the others. I'm pretty sure I've got Saving Private Ryan as number 1.
Oh, easy.
It's a
Easy with number one for
really
me.
really
Yeah.
solid movie that's tough to compete with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Full Metal Jacket I think is definitely in the top 3. I don't know that I'm confident enough to give it number 2. I'd have to think a bit harder.
Mm-hmm. Seven also tries to talk to 81 sometimes. He notices his 81 and his brother had like a tattoo on their forearms. Don't fucking quit, DFQ. And the guy notices it. It's like, oh, how did you know that? It's like, oh, just a lucky guess. Obviously, at this point, it was like, oh, you knew his brother then. Okay, I got it. Which is obviously the reveal. So yeah, this leads all up to them going into a pool task. I say task. I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster last couple of weeks. the tool exercise. Pool. Fuck. God, Jesus Christ, I'm cooked. The pool exercise. So what they have to do is they have dumbbells in their hand. They're on the bottom of the pool and they have to walk as far as they can, preferably without drowning. Which our guy almost fails at because he's underwater. Everyone is already up, and he just keeps going, and he keeps having these flashbacks to the day where he carried his brother around, which they could have dialed down like by half. They do them a lot, and they kind of got on my nerves.
I like that they're not very long.
Yeah, they're not long.
They don't.
But still,
it's not like every single time something like this happens, they cut back and do 5 more minutes of the intro Taliban Afghanistan sequence. It is just kind of flashes to show like, yeah, he's probably thinking about this while this is happening, though they are on the frequent side. You're
yeah. But yeah, he has to be dragged out of there because he almost drowned, and they call him a crazy motherfucker. And then he gets called into the sergeant's office. I think it was the first sergeant as the guy who was like doing all the things, if I remember that name correctly. What also happens in these 10 minutes, we get some shit about, they want us to give a little bit of a shit about these characters, but I don't know, they just kind of talk about 81 and what he's been doing, and we also get some kind of tidbits about, oh, there's this weird asteroid around Earth that just kind of passes. Nothing crazy, just a Metroid. Just a thing, an Metroid thing. Nothing weird is going to happen here. Definitely doesn't have death robots on it. Don't worry about it.
I thought actually the cuts just to the little newscasts were fine as far as setting things up for later. Like, because it's not like they do much to, I guess, foreshadow what the actual movie is going to be, with the exception of 15 saying he's looking forward to getting his top secret clearance so that they can learn all about the aliens and stuff. And I think that's that, and the little, hey, there's an asteroid inbound news cuts are sort of all they do to set up that this is actually a sci-fi movie, not just a commercial for the Army Ranger.
Yeah. And they, as already mentioned, they kind of talk about what 81 has done. And I don't know, this feels like it's just kind of for them. Because like, oh, is it really true? He did all that? And it's like, we already know 90% of it is true. We saw him starting to drag him out. We saw the thing happen. But only there's like one bit there at the end which didn't happen, which everybody thinks did happen, which is obviously the 10-mile hike he did with the brother on his back. And that's going to fuck with him. And we get that reveal a little bit later on.
Well, and it's also why of the paper-thin characters that are not 81, I think 15 actually kind of has the most to him, because it's, I think, his sort of, I guess, I don't know if I could call it an arc, but more that the development in his character is understanding that sometimes in the military things are a bit more complicated than you're a war hero, and you don't necessarily need to treat this guy like, I mean, that's funny as I'm gonna say the thing, like just a war machine, even though that's kind of how he acts, because there is a human there, and there's probably more to it than that, which
Mm-hmm.
7 seems to understand, and that's why every time 15 starts saying things to him about what happened, he's like, shut the fuck up, man, like just
Yeah, yeah.
don't. And I mean, 7, I guess, has like, he's got character to him, but he doesn't really change all that much. He's just the
He's mostly passed out for the rest of the
yeah.
movie.
Well, and I mean, even the stuff that he does story wise, he's just
I'm sorry, I just think this character is so funny what they do with him.
well, yeah, I mean, the whole movie, he's wise buddy character, and then he
Yeah.
eventually becomes injured wise buddy guy. Whereas as 15 actually has like, I don't know, he learns something and then acts on what he learns before he is immediately removed from the film.
Yeah. It's pretty much, yeah. Um so yeah, the 81 gets called into the sergeant's office, and they give us like one piece of exposition we already know, and then one piece that we don't know, because they say, hey, you have been just trying to apply this whole time and have done nothing else. It's like, yeah, this guy in the beginning already told us he did this 4 times since then, so I got that so far. But they, additionally to that, they say, well, you haven't been going to any of the psych evaluations, like not even once, so you haven't dealt with any of the problems from the day your brother died. So, honestly, you're a liability, and we kind of have to, like, you should probably leave, or we have to kick you out, because this is not going to end well. And he points out that it's like, hey, I haven't failed any of the tasks this whole time. And we actually know it's like, yeah, this is, I'm doing very well. And it's like, yeah, but you know, every machine has its failing time, failing
Limits.
limits. Yeah, that's the word.
Everything has its limits.
So yeah, do yourself a favor. Here's the slip you can just sign and say you did this by yourself, or we have to do it do it another way, which implies that they will just kick them out, because the parade is about to start, where they kick a part out. And he's like, well, I've heard your stuff, but I have a parade to prep for, so I'll see you there. So,
And there was another thing where I'm like, they said he's not gone to the psych evaluations. I'm like, then how did you get onto this course?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't know how Army Ranger works, but for Special Forces selection for the Canadian military, which you'd assume that we're the joke military, right? Like, we're not as serious as the Americans. You need to get clearances from basically every branch of the military before getting approved to go on the course. You got to make sure your medical's good, your psych is good, make sure that you have like a proper ability to be deployed, that you're not on any medical restrictions, physical restrictions. I would not be able to be special forces because they'd be like, okay, well, we can't guarantee that your prosthetic is going to be able to survive everything we're going to put you through, so you're out.
Yeah,
It's actually
yeah.
kind of crazy that I can still stay in the military, but hey, I did better on the than some of the other people who are taking it with me, which always blows my mind. But yeah, but I feel like if you're not even going to the psych evaluations, they'd be like, okay, well, you're red on psych, so either go to an evaluation and get green, or you can't start this course. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's he shouldn't be here, especially if they're aware he tried to apply multiple times. And all, as you said, they have the information that he never went to any of the evaluations. It's like, bro, you gotta at least let yourself get checked out. But if he would go, they would definitely like, oh, you're not going to be a ranger. You're not going to do that. You're mentally scarred.
Well, because I especially think with psych evaluations, that is the kind of thing that if you just say the things that they want to hear, you could maybe get through it. So they could say that, hey, like, yeah, you skirted the line through your psych evaluations, and I read them, and I like looking at you here and how you're acting. I feel like you just told them what they wanted to hear so that you could get on the course, because I see a lot of pain behind your eyes, son.
Yeah. Especially after they tell us, like, yeah, 7 has been telling us the whole time. It's like, yeah, you can't really sleep and you have problems with your mind. So, yeah, it's better to get out of here. But yeah, he doesn't have any idea of quitting at all. And it's like, yeah, I want to get through this over that finish line, which is what they show us. There's like a big, like actual finish line to become a ranger where they have to go to after they do their death march.
Just to address what Hive Rhythm just said, people are not telepathic. If you're composed, you would pass. But yeah, that's what I mean. So that's different though than not going to the evaluations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the part that makes it silly to me. Like I feel like if you went to the evaluations, as long as you're, not totally, as long as you're not totally off the rails, you could probably get through it. But not attending, it's like, well, we can't approve you if you didn't go.
So yeah, they do the parade. They say the numbers, including his, and they do a little curveball. Ha! You thought they're gonna kick him out? No, actually, everyone who stepped forward, they're the final entries. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. It seemed like you were very adamant that he's not fit for this at all. But hey, let me see what you're up to, huh? Let's see what you're doing.
Didn't the two ranking officers say something to each other that sort of indicated they did want to give him a shot though? Like right before this, after he left the room, I mean.
Wait, didn't they just say, how do you want to do this? Yeah, it's not true. How do you want to play this?
Yeah, I think how do you want to play this? And then the guy just gives him a look. So like, yeah, I think that would that indicates it's like, yeah, maybe getting rid of this like powerhouse guy isn't the best call, especially if we can train him into something that we can actually use.
Yeah, I guess so. But then they go to their sit rep, their meeting. Well, it's not a sit rep. That's a situational report. That's not what I mean. Their mission briefing. There we go. That's what I meant. It's like, yeah, pretty straightforward. There's a crash site of one of our vehicles, or air vehicles, or planes, whatever it was. I don't know. Was it a plane or a chopper at the end? I think it was a plane. You gotta blow that up so the enemies don't get the intel on that. And also they got a pilot. You need to rescue that guy, bring him back. That's it. Also, by the way, 81, you are now team leader. Have fun. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, they also they have like dummy rounds. They don't have any actual ammunition there. And they have comms that they have to use all the time to give them reports throughout. And then they just have to come back and get over the finish line. There's also a village with the baddies in it. And yeah, that's their thingy. Yeah, so what I was wondering here at this point is like, okay, so you decided to not to kick him out. Okay, fair enough. But then you make him team leader and hope that they finish the mission. What I was thinking is like, oh, I hope if they fail the mission, because of them putting him in a leader position, are they all gonna be screwed, or are they gonna be, rated individually by what they did? Because then they kind of fucked all of them by doing this, trying to get him to be a leader, and if it doesn't work, they just all get wrecked.
I mean, I guess again, I'm not sure the specific rules of the like ranger selection or how it would work. The way I would play this if I were like on this course is if you're doing a few things and the guy that is in the lead is blatantly fucking up and clearly not going to result in succeeding, then you should like have the other people on the course be like, hey man, why don't you let number 7 take the lead from here? Like, I don't think you're in the right headspace to actually like let us succeed. And if, I don't know, I guess depending on what kind of person it is, that might result in someone just flipping out and getting angry and making things worse, or, you end up passing. So, but yeah, I guess it is definitely arguably unfair to the other candidates to be like, okay, this is going to be the test to see if this guy can step up and lead, when it's a single zero fail, or no, what would be the word? Always critical fail if they're successfully ambushed. So it's like if you're successfully ambushed, you all fail, which means if the leader does something that results in them getting ambushed, it's not just that guy who's failing, it's everyone who's failing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like, but I guess at the same time, it's like, well, okay, but if you're a ranger, you might not always have the absolute best person leading, and you have to kind of figure out a way around it, including having the ability to convince that leader to do something else if you're all realizing that it's not working, right?
Mm. But yeah, that is the situation. So now they got their so-called death march coming up, the final mission to become a ranger and get their ribbon, their badge.
Scroll.
Yeah, they call it a scroll, right? That
Yeah,
confused me
it's like
initially. It's like,
little.
what, do you get like a fucking little piece of parchment? It's like, no, it's
Well,
just like the thing.
no, look at the badge. It's like a paper that's
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
yeah.
When I saw it, it made sense. I was like, what do you mean you get a scroll? uh,
It's a badge that has a picture of a scroll on it.
yeah.
Speaking of scrolls, this is where War Machine shows up. Nailed it.
uh, so yeah, they have a little meeting. Not meeting. They just kind of group up and it's like, well, we're gonna go this way, do all the stuff, do all the military stuff. But someone's like, hey, can I have a word real quick? And he gets like a little pep talk because he's been the leader this whole time. They all bonded.
15's like that was inspiring stuff. Real like Braveheart shit right there.
Yeah. And they make their way to the crash site, pretty much without a hitch. They make their way through the terrain. It becomes dark, and they plan to have a little break, a little sleep before they continue to their mission objective. They also have exactly 24 hours to finish the mission.
And that's where them taking a break to sleep weirded me out because I was like, I don't know, man. If I had 24 hours to complete this mission, I'm like, I guess like 20 minutes maybe, but I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd even try to sleep because I'd be like, man, if I pass out, it might be more difficult for me to wake up and get going again than to just
Yeah.
chew on some chocolate covered coffee beans and power through.
Yeah. This is also where Seven tries to talk to him. He's like, hey, is this about personal stuff? He's like, yeah. It's like, well, then I don't want to hear any of it. This is where he meant to tell him about the brother, but he has no interest in talking to that right now. But this is also where we start doing a thing with 81, where he keeps doing the dangerous thing or the most important thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna have to take shifts and keeping watch. And it's like, I'm gonna do it, and then later on, there's like scenarios like, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that.
Well, I mean, at least this situation, he is the one that has trouble sleeping, so I guess.
Oh yeah.
like
Well, the thing
he's
is,
the obvious. But again, like I'm thinking, like 24 hours. That's not that long to be awake during a military exercise. Like sometimes it's a lot longer, and it sucks.
yeah. Well, they
Granted,
don't
they
get
are.
to do any sleep anyway because they hear a thing and then an explosion. And they're like, oh man, artillery from Cadre. They probably want to wake us up because they saw we were sleeping. I was like, did you see the meteor just come down just now? Like, actually, let me check right now in the footage because I think at least one of them looked up while this was happening. Actually, it's very well. It's just bright.
Lumpy did a
Oh yeah, no,
48
81 was looking up and he saw the things coming down.
Wait, Slumpy, 48 day or 48 hour? Because 48 days is unreal. Like I actually don't even believe that you were awake that entire time. It's 48 days. Because after 3 days, I start hallucinating.
Yeah, yeah, 48 days.
And I think it's not actually hallucinating. It's just that I am like kind of falling asleep, but my
Yeah.
eyes are open, so I start like basically having sleep paralysis. Like
Yeah.
I'm dreaming, but my eyes are open, and then I have to keep on doing stuff. So all of a sudden, sounds like he shouts my last name, which I almost revealed here. Not that mine's a huge secret, but and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm awake. Never mind. But yeah, I haven't done one of those in a long time, but they do suck.
Yeah.
48-hour day. Okay, there
Yeah.
we go.
I think 48 days is not possible. That's like a short death, I'm pretty sure. That's like no bueno. But yeah, nobody mentions the meteorite that just crashed down. They're like, oh, it's artillery from Cadre. Ha ha ha. And then they don't sleep. They just keep going because, well, I guess now they're awake.
Well, I mean, I guess like also you're probably not thinking, hey, a meteor's gonna crash into us here and there's gonna be an alien thing. So if you're on an exercise where you know there's gonna be pyrotechnics that are meant to like keep you on edge or make you think you're being
Mm.
attacked, or make you readjust your plans to avoid an area that you're seeing, like basically things blow up, then yeah, I think that that actually would be the logical thing for you to conclude if you're not assuming that alien invasion is a possibility.
I just wish they would have acknowledged that there was like a trail in the sky that was going on.
Yeah, so did one of them like look up and
The
see it? I
81
actually don't.
looked up, like he
Oh,
he, he saw it. So that's what I mean. It's like, oh yeah, if it were just the explosion, it's like, okay, yeah, I guess there would be some of the pyrotechnique that was going on to keep them on edge, but I don't know. It just kind of went without them talking about it at all. And so they just keep going, and they just make their way all the way to the crash site. And the crash site is, well, they see this thing. Let me put it on screen here real quick if I can find the correct frame. Come
like they
on.
say, like, wow, they really went out with the props.
Yeah, because it looks like it's some crazy spaceship thing. It's like, oh man, that's like some. Oh, come on. The second it was fully in place, it was just one frame long. Come on, dickhead.
Fail, bad show. Everyone unsubscribe.
Oh my god, fuck off. God damn it.
No,
Why is it so short? Come on.
we'll
There, that's
get
good.
it.
That's good enough. So it's this thing. It's like, oh man, they made like a crazy prop for this one, but yeah, this is the crash site. The guy who's on the radio and on navigation is like, oh, first of all, I'm hearing these weird noises from the comms, and I can't really reach base. I was like, another wrench in the machine. They're probably gonna test us, see what happens if we don't have any comms. Which, fair enough, makes sense to me that they would think this is just all part of the schleems they're into right now. But also their compass is like freaking out, and he also points out, hey, this is we're like a little bit off, like off course here, a little bit off coordinates, but it's close enough that it's not suspicious. Really, it's like, oh yeah, maybe the compass has been fucking up, which it has been. So we're probably in the right spot. So no worries here.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how long the navigation is, getting off your bearing by even a little bit can definitely make you off the mark by, depending on how long, quite a large distance. But if you're within like a couple hundred meters of where you think you need to be, then that's more or less okay. If you can like see where with a target that big, especially. Though I
Yeah,
mean, guess that would be the actual target.
because if they also, if I assume if they're trying to, replicate a real life scenario, it's like, oh, they probably don't have like the exact coordinates. It's like, yeah, these are the coordinates where it's in. It's like, oh, that's probably like have like a bit of lenience in the radius it might be in.
The way you do it too is with landmarks. So you look at the map and see, okay, here's like a bend in the river right there. Okay, that's the bend in the river there that we can
Mm,
identify. There's a mountain that is off in this direction, so you can like kind of draw a little pencil line to be like, yeah, okay, so we're looking this way. We're in this exact spot, and then if you need to reorient your bearing from there, you do.
yes.
Night navigation sucks though. That's fucking the worst.
Yeah. Well, 81 sees a glint from somewhere in the woods, and he, lets Seven know that, hey, I'm gonna go check this out, do some recon, and he goes away. It doesn't look like it's super far away what he sees, and I point this out because he takes forever to get back to the team when shit starts to blow up. uh, which is just one of the instances where the movie is like, this is gonna take this long now, even though it shouldn't be, and this is gonna take this long now, even though this should be much shorter. I will point these out. Um,
Yeah, it could be a bit of an editing thing though. Like we don't really know how long he was walking away or how long this is taking, assuming that it's not like we're not watching 24. It's not to be real time.
right.
But despite this being a 24-hour exercise.
Yeah. I have more problems with the big robots' speed differences. Those are rather silly, especially later
Yeah.
on when you learn that that thing can actually run, and it's like, oh, the movie should be over. um. Anyway, 81 finds the real prop, which is just a normal ass airplane chassis. While the other ones plant the C4 on the, well, not prop, and they realize, wait, this has like not even a dent in it. And then it goes transformer mode and turns into big robot mech from outer space. And they're all
Yeah. And
rather confused by it.
some of the well that's like I can imagine being confused by it. I think though that once the thing starts getting up, they take far too long to realize this thing might be a threat and they should run away.
Oh, that
Like
this happens
the second it starts
constantly in
standing
this
up, I would
movie.
immediately be running, and they all just kind of stand there looking at it confused until they start dying.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
technically we attack first. Barrel Tiger 666.
uh, well, the thing gets up, and as you just pointed out, they just all kind of look at it confused. Nobody takes cover or whatever, which is a thing they do a lot in this movie, even when they already know it is definitely a threat. But you know, that's what they like to do in these movies, and I don't like it because it's really makes them look really dumb. Anyway, two of them get shot immediately. Also, the thing the robot has to do, which I just found, I don't know, it just seems silly. It has to scan everything first, and then it knows what's up. Like if it has to do this scan you see on screen right now, and then if there's some guy, they scan. It's like, ooh, there's a guy. Now I can shoot it. And it has to do this all the time. I was like, what? I was just thinking that all this crazy technology you got here, and you don't just have like a visual model that is quicker than this. You just have to scan every time. This feels like a very deliberate choice of making this robot for this movie to give it some kind of, downside or whatever.
Yeah, it takes a while to select a target. Though I guess at the same time here, it seems to be targeting much more quickly than it does in other parts of the movie, where it seems to just fire and shoot at a bunch of the people here after the first one, whereas in a lot of the other scenes, it's like, no, it needs to do the blue scan, then the red scan. Now,
Hmm.
granted, it hit them all with the blue scan, but the red scan's like the targeting thing. But I guess as far as like visuals goes, we don't even know anything about these aliens, so I'm willing to accept that they might not process visual information the same way we might. So maybe, for all we know, they are entirely autonomous and just AI that need to
Hmm.
scan in order to see anything. But you're right; it does seem like if you throw a camera on the thing, it might work a little bit better.
Yeah. Also, obviously, the guys we're following around have plot armor. Like, there's like 3 or 4 that just get blasted instantly with the first shot, and then it was like, oh, there's 7. I'm gonna miss the next 3 shots. Oh, look, there's 44. She needs to drive a tank later. 81 is gonna come in just in time to save her, and then it just keeps missing. Uh, so yeah, good old plot armor in action movie, a classic. Also, one of the guys gets yeeted into the water. We'll see him later for I don't know, like 5 minutes or so.
When he showed up, I totally forgot that even happened.
Oh yeah. Then we get a really funny scene again. They all run away. The thing seems to be very slow when it starts to move. It's like, oh, so there's another limitation. It is slow but has big firepower. I see. So they end up at a cliff, and the thing is starting to throw a ball at them. I'm gonna say balls a lot in this. And they realize, oh, that's probably some kind of explosive ball that's gonna do something.
And
Also,
they
I
100%.
wanna show you real quick. So this is the cliff they're currently on. You see how steep this is? They're about to fall down here. It is not gonna be this steep anymore, and I'm pretty sure it also has a different color. So
Well, and I mean, like, for how steep it ended up being in order for basically any of them to survive this fall, I feel like I would not even have stopped running. I would have actually seen this as probably the best means of escape because they end up rolling down this cliff face. So gravity is always pulling them to the wall. They're basically never in free fall, with possibly the exception of that first like 5 meters or so, which I mean, granted, that much of a fall would definitely hurt. But I kind of feel like, especially if you're being chased by like an alien mecha, and you see a cliff face that is just a very steep hill, you could just say, okay, everybody, we're jumping down here, and then just try to slide like with
Yeah,
your eyes and feet forward, as opposed to rolling down it very dangerously.
yeah,
But they wait around until they're hit with an explosive device that gives them no choice but to very dangerously fall down this hill,
yeah.
because it looks like a cliff face in this shot, but it's kind of not once they're actually
So yeah,
on
I
their way down.
while you were saying this, I checked. So this is clearly like a grayish stone kind of dealio going on. Then the thing explodes, and we have 1 second. They start falling down, and you can immediately see, oh wow, there's trees and stuff, and look, they're just right there, and there's like no stone at all. This is just this little steep hill. Um, yeah, if they would have just done this, they could have done what you said, just run down and slide down, controlled. But no, they let themselves get blown up and they start to roll down. And holy shit, it was so fucking funny because it's long
Yeah.
enough to be funny, and they keep bouncing into each other. One of them bounces into a tree, which I think was Seven. I think that's where he broke his leg for the first time. One of them goes over a thing, like it goes on for long enough that it's really funny, and all I could think of is Hot Rod and the scene where he just falls down the fucking hill and just keeps going and going and going. It's really funny.
I got around to watching that actually. But I guess I think also the way they shot this scene, it's like you could have faked how steep this hill was by just rotating the camera.
Yeah,
Like I mean,
yeah,
like I feel like they, especially some of these shots, it looks like it's not even an incline at all, while they're like violently rolling down it at speed. And I'm like, well, I feel like movie magic wise, you could maybe have tilted the camera and made this look like it was a, I don't know, like 75-degree angle or something. And so like that would be difficult for you to stand on, especially if you're moving down it with any speed,
hmm,
but also not steep enough that you'd be in a free fall and then just be certainly dead by the end of it, you know?
yeah. Also, I say first time because he gets rappelled down later and he falls again, and it looks like his leg gets even worse. I think, even though it's already the bone is already out, but it felt like it was supposed to be even worse.
Yeah, Seven doesn't have a good time in the back half
No,
of this
this
movie.
is, by the way, this is where Seven's day of hell starts. So he falls down, he breaks his leg, then he gets dropped down here in a second. Oh, by the way, there's one guy who just gets spiked, impaled on a tree trunk that has like a
Oh,
big
yeah.
stick going out. So that's just the cherry on top after you see all them tumble down like crazy. It's just, I love that shit. It's so funny. Um, 81 has another fucking flashback, gets his shit together, and he goes to one of the guys who's yelling. He's like, "Oh, don't yell. You need to suck it up. Blah blah. Don't do the noise." Uh, right now, the robot upstairs, he's just, I don't know, he's just running in a circle or something. He's like scanning the corpses. We see that in a little bit. He's not interested right now. We have to have this scene right now, so don't even worry about him. He doesn't give a shit right now. Um, they pull off the guy from the tree trunk, which leaves a big hole in his chest, pretty much, and they try to patch him up, but it doesn't work. So yeah, he's cooked.
I mean, it
So
also seems like once they're doing the like field medicine on him here, it seems much higher up and in his shoulder, whereas the first shot of it, it looks like it goes like directly through his chest.
yeah, yeah. So here's my question to you. You might know this. If you, let's say this happens in real life, you get spiked like this, what would be a procedure you could actually do to not just doom him to death? Because normally the thing is,
Okay.
if you get spiked up, you don't get out the thing that's stuck inside of you to prevent
Well,
the
I'll
blood
say
from
that
going
like
out.
well, yeah, yeah. I guess like it would depend on exactly the nature of the injury. I guess their concern would be if they leave him there, then he's just bait for the metal man.
Yeah.
So you would want to consider things like that. Like, is leaving the impalement in place going to put this person at a greater risk of dying or a certainty of dying than removing it? Second, you'd have to figure out whether or not it's made a hole in the chest cavity or like collapsed the lung.
Mm-hmm.
Like Slump actually just mentioned the sucking chest wound there. So if it is a open pneumothorax, meaning like blood in the chest cavity that's compressing the lung, you can do one of those needles. It's like an angiocath needle that you press into the chest that essentially creates a valve that allows the air out. You would then also have to put like a solid chest seal on one side and maybe a valved one on the entry wound to make it so that the air can properly escape and not get trapped, because you still do have two lungs, so the other lung can still be breathing as long as
Mm-hmm.
the original one isn't essentially getting pushed like crazy, because especially it's left side too, so it would be, his heart would be a major concern. Now if it is just his shoulder and it's not in his chest cavity and his lung isn't involved, the biggest risk would be bleeding, which
Yeah.
then would, okay, is his artery punctured? Because if it is, and if it's up there high in the shoulder, there's, you can't really put a tourniquet on that, so you'd you'd maybe have to just pack the wound with some hemostatic gauze and a pressure dressing and hope for the best. But it would not be a very easy wound to fix, considering
Yeah.
the diameter of that stick. That was a pretty big spike that went through him. So
Yep.
I think it not hitting a lung and not hitting any arteries would be unlikely. So this guy might be a black tag, like
Yeah.
meaning like you can't do anything for him really. You'd maybe still want to try, but also if you're getting chased by that thing, like you might just want to run. As
Mm.
much as that would suck, it's like he won't be any less dead if everyone else gets killed doing medicine that isn't going to help, right?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
It would not be a scenario in which I would want to be the medic. I'll say that much, because
Yeah,
I'd be
I
like,
bet.
look,
I bet.
I'd be like, I'm okay at this job. I'm not Jesus though. I can't just lay on hands and heal the guy magically, man. That's tough one. That, though, at the same time, if it was a situation where you could stabilize the bleed, let's say it was in a spot that you actually could put a pressure dressing on that would be effective, and you were able to mitigate a pneumothorax by doing a needle decompression, and then most importantly, get this person to surgery as soon as humanly possible, then
Yeah.
you might actually be able to save him.
Which
But
probably wouldn't be an option one way or another, even without the big robot happening right now, because they're out there in the wild. It's probably going to be tough to get him anywhere right
But
now in a quick
Reddit
succession.
does make a point here, like, yeah, help them die, and they do have
Mm.
morphine. They have morphine auto injectors, which, like, I mean, if anything, I'd be curious as to why rangers on a selection course would be given narcotics, like, especially they're not medics. So
Hmm.
I don't know that much about ranger selection, but I'm not given narcotics to go do medical coverage in the field on my base, like, ever. It's where we only get them if we're deployed.
Right,
They're
right.
protocols that are only for, like, hey, if you're in an actual war situation, you get the painkillers. If not, Tylenol and Advil. That's what you got. And call an ambulance, because civilian EMS is an option where I am. And basically, my job, even when I am doing coverage, is just to get the person to a place where the civilian ambulance can pick them up, and then I hand them off, and that's that.
Hmm. Yeah, there you go. In the meantime, 81 is, as I said, he's checking upstairs because we need comms. He made his way up there somehow. I'm not sure how. They just fell down this whole thing, but I guess he found another way up. But he quickly has to realize that not only is everyone dead up here, also the robot shot straight through the comms, the radio, which is attached to the belly on the dead soldier man.
Yeah, which is not very good luck, especially considering this would have been one hell of a hike or climb back up
Yeah,
here for him. But
absolutely.
oh yeah, we got a pink boy. Look at that. Thank you very
Ooh.
much, Sunny Cliff. And for everyone else who's been supporting. Ran out of channel news though, said where the fuck are their cadre? Rangers don't just wander around their AO. We are to assume that they're basically all either dead or trying to figure out how to fight this thing, and
This is a
don't have
question that went through my head the whole movie, and they do give a fairly reasonable explanation as to why they don't get help immediately. So we
yeah, busy with other things is the short version though.
yes. Yeah, so he comes back with no comms and tells us like, "Yep, everybody is dead. Sorry, get your shit together. Drop everything besides mobility stuff and medic. Ditch all the weapons, even like knocks one of the weapons out of their hand because it's all just dummy weapons. Can't do shit with them anyway."
Yeah, there would really be no point to carrying around most of that gear. In fact, I'm sort of surprised they had their rucksacks with them as long as they did. Would have been probably the first thing I'd get rid of.
That's the heaviest, right? So unless
100%.
yeah.
And like it's like, look, if I don't know how many times we're gonna have to change clothes out here. And honestly, I think the only reason you'd even have them with you on a 24-hour operation is if you were required to have them with you for the test. Like, as in like pack these things to the required weight, so we can see that you can carry these things around for that long a time, because you might be in a situation where you actually need everything that's in there. But like other than a med bag, I would basically ditch everything else.
Yeah, maybe some food. I assume they have like one MRE with them because it's a 24-hour mission, right? So
likely maybe a few, but even then you would probably rip those down. And I'd say so. Maybe rip those out, put them in your like mag pouches that you're not going to need. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now they have there's more cliff, which is more cliff than a cliff before that one, and they have to rappel down 7 because his leg is fucked. Wait, am I getting my thing? No, they put his leg in place after this. I'm back now in order. One guy stays back up. They all rappel down because someone has to, get 7 down slowly because, well, his leg is fucked. The bone is looking out of his fucking, I don't know, his thigh, I think. Like, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
Open femoral fracture. And a fractured femur, bleeding out would be a major concern because your femur contains quite a lot of blood, as does your pelvis and femur are the two things that you don't want to break, other than your skull, obviously.
So, well, the guy who stayed behind to, let him down slowly, he gets shot immediately by the robot because that robot arrives and scans the fucker and shoots him back down. Which also means that 7 is like barely halfway down and he gets dropped, which is number 2 on his bad day of things happening to him. So far he has been tumbled down, broke his leg open, and now he got dropped here, which I know it kind of sounded that it made something worse. He's definitely not having a good time, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would he'd be in a really, really bad spot right now.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, I think in this scene, once the thing starts scanning and they realize there's a little blind spot right against the cliff, I'm shocked that they didn't immediately, no matter how much it would hurt him, get his leg. Is it even his leg that gets scanned?
Yeah, it is.
It's just like 1 foot.
So I'd be like, foot.
We gotta get everybody like flushed to this wall immediately. Like our lives actually depend on it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, the robot starts to scan. But they have there's a little blind spot, and the scanning gets the foot of number 7, so they have to run, and the fucker misses them, and then he shoots more balls of explosion, which I think at this point still nobody else dies. They just all get kind of yeeted around a little bit. They get away fairly okay. And then just keep running until they're in safety. I think they run up like some fucking mountain or something. It's actually kind of insane how far they run with number 7 in their back. But yeah, the robot is like, that's fine. I'm just gonna be here and vent my heat out, which is gonna be
Big glowing red weak point for,
yeah,
for all the gamers out there.
pretty much. There's another weak spot that I think should be at least tried, but they never do, which is when he does like the big mouth laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ran out of channel names also makes a point about femoral traction. I think here they do like a reduction on the bone, like as they set the bone and all their morphine's been destroyed. But for a femur, the leg, your quadricep and your hamstring will basically start retracting the the bottom half of your femur fracture in towards your body, making everything significantly worse.
Oh.
So what you have to do is use something called a traction splint, or get a person on the end to essentially pull the leg down to relieve the tension that your muscle contractions are putting on the fracture. And yeah, in the field, yes, getting a traction splint set is not particularly easy to do. They also don't seem to make any effort to do that. And while they do like a really quick and not very effective looking pressure bandage on his I guess like the open part of the wound, the part that's bleeding, they don't put a tourniquet above it, which is the thing that would actually stop the bleeding most effectively. So
Yeah.
and there's no chance they don't have tourniquets on them if they've got pressure
they
dressings
mentioned one earlier, I think. I'm pretty sure they
Do
mentioned
they have,
one at some point.
I never seen
Yeah.
them fly one, and that would be the thing to do, because that's what's actually going to stop the blood flow. The pressure bandage is nice to have, but if it's on a limb, the big thing is going to be the tourniquet that'll save the guy's life. I do like that they wrap him up in a space blanket though, because that's it's another big thing. Hypothermia leads to bleeding out more, which was one of the big problems I had with Prey. They have the flower that makes them more cold, which helps them when they're bleeding out. I'm like, no. That's worse. Being cold makes you bleed more, not less.
So yeah, they need to put his leg in position, but oh no, all the morphine and stuff that all broke on the fall. And then he's like, ah, fuck it, just fucking do it. Even it's gonna suck. And oh yeah, 81 has another flashback shock, but 7 is like, you got this, bro. And then he's fine. And then 7 passes out from the pain, which I guess makes sense. A lot of pain makes you pass out.
Oh, 100%. That would be ungodly painful.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Put something in his mouth. Yeah, maybe a bite block would have been a decent idea.
That's a good point, yeah.
So he doesn't bite off his own tongue and make his day even worse. Sir says women kills the immersion. Women don't do rasp. I again don't know enough about the Ranger standards for that. Is it just they're not often applying and qualifying for it, or is it like a hard rule? I wouldn't know the answer to that, but I guess we're assuming though that this girl having like DoD experience already, the clearance level she'd need for it, and presumably can meet the physical requirements, then yeah, is what it is.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I hit the microphone. So yeah, the guys passed out. They put him in the space blanket, as you said. And oh yeah, the 81 points out that yeah, this wasn't our coordinates, by the way. Our radio guy was right. I found the other one. This is like definitely not our thing. So yeah, we need to fucking move, because this thing is on the hunt for us, even though it's currently nowhere to be seen, and they're somewhere on the top of the mountain, and we later learn that thing can run. And it's what I'm trying to say is it's really shit at hunting them right now, except we have an action scene. Then it's kind of okay at it, but keeps missing.
Yeah, it does not have very good aim, and it is not a very good hunter. It's also, I guess, a bit of a counterpoint to the Predator being very big and easy to see, as opposed to being like stealthy and smart.
Well, it's going to be stealthy anyway, because we do here in a bit do a thing where it's like we can't hear it approach, and then the compass starts spinning, and then we only hear it approach, even though we should hear it like pretty far away. It's a big
Yeah,
metal machine.
that is probably knocking down trees as it goes. Like
Yep.
you would likely hear this thing from pretty far out.
Uh, then we got our Netflix mandated thing for people who don't know what's going on or haven't been paying attention. Because 81 says, "Yeah, we're going to the village now," and 15 is like, you stupid! There's like no death march anymore. We just gonna do the big robot. It's bad." And everyone's like, "Yeah, no shit, but this is like our closest help we can get." And he's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay." And it's like, "Man, you really made 15 look really fucking stupid right now."
Yeah, no, he definitely is not thinking things through very well. There's another question on Buncer's thing. Swolpool says there's been multiple women who've gone to SEAL school but didn't pass, and Buncer says bunker. I'm not sure which one. The Ranger Regiment is part of SOCOM, like special command, special operations command, and there are no women in combat roles in it. I guess my question though is:
Interesting.
it flat out no women allowed, or is it like Swolpoo said, and just no women have met the standard and gone through? Because I guess the believability of what's her number again?
44, I think it was.
44. The believability of 44 would be, is it that she would not even be allowed to apply, or that she could potentially be the first woman who has met all the standards? Because, like, I mean, like if there's nothing stopping them, there's nothing really to say that this isn't a very, very tough fit girl that met all the standards. So I'm not saying that makes it totally believable and doesn't wreck any immersion, but it's at least enough for me. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Beep boppity boopa. I've been saying that a lot today. Well, they move out and they reach a big old river part with big fast tides in it.
Yeah, like not the kind of river that would be very safe to cross swimming at all. Never mind swimming while wearing gear.
Yeah, but you're not 81, the super soldier man
No,
who can do
I'm
everything.
certainly not. I'm like the opposite type of human being that guy is.
Yeah, there's again, it's like, "Hey, we can't pass here." It's like, "Oh, no, we do that. We just have to craft the zip line and do that." It's like, "Oh, yeah, good idea. How the fuck do we get this over there?" It's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna swim over there." It's like, oh, okay. And,
The
well,
best chance I would have at crossing that river would be if a guy like 81 threw me like fucking Gimli.
yeah.
I'm small enough that might work, especially if they just toss my leg to me afterwards.
Yeah, see, I'm lighter this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously he makes it. He crafts a zip line. He also attaches a compass to a tree, a normal, like a little handheld one.
Yep.
There's a reason why I say it's handheld. They start zipping over 7, and I think 15 is the one who goes in tandem. He kind of has to drag him over, but shucks, we forgot the knot in the middle of the fucking rope, so we can't actually get him over there because what's the little hook thing called they use?
Carabiner.
Carabiner, right. Oh, it's just Carabiner in German, so I could have figured that out.
Well, maybe it's a German word that I say like North American. It's just like in carabiner. It's like
Carabiner?
or it's French. It's carabiner.
Yeah, so that's a problem. 15 is trying to get him over there, but his thing just breaks a little bit, and now he's hanging over the water, and I think his air is getting cut off of him. It kind of looks like he's not getting a lot of air right now, which might be a thing. I'm not entirely sure how they attached it to him. Then 81 goes back in there. It's like everyone just started to get into the middle to drag 7 back up. While on the side where the robot is gonna be soon, they have to like put more slack on it, or make it like pull it down or something to secure it. I didn't really quite understand the reasoning of that. Maybe you can make that clear for me, because they kind of pulled it down while the other one was like going over it, and I didn't really understand why. Like, wouldn't this make it harder for them because they have to go up a little bit? I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid.
I mean, if he's prior to the halfway point, like the midpoint,
Hmm.
if you put slack on it with something being like, I guess, pulleyed across, that would allow gravity to pull it a little bit of the way. I
Okay.
guess the question is, are you then able to tighten it back up in order to not have it be like basically free climb up a rope while dragging another human to get to the other side? I do think though they should have noticed the knot before they even started crossing them,
Oh yeah, for sure.
or like said like, okay, this knot is going to be tough. You're definitely going to have to like lift the carabiner over the knot. So maybe we should just have 81 climb back out there.
Can we have some of your superhuman strength to get him over
Yeah,
here?
let's get Captain America to come lift the carabiner over the knot because leaving it up to 15 might not be the best call. He's got heart, but he's a little boy.
Yeah. So I know they're all trying to save him, but no, the other guy needs help pulling on the rope, and he leaves the compass there. I was like, oh man, again, if only this would be a portable compass you can put in your hand at any time. But then again, it doesn't even fucking matter because it's a massive robot that is about to appear, which you could hear from miles away, probably. I don't know, probably not miles, but from far away. But no, we can only hear it as soon as the compass starts spinning, and then you hear like, it's like, oh no, he's here. And he starts to scan, he kills the guy immediately, and the rope gets broken. Everybody falls into the water. Just put that on Seven's list. He's now also underwater. It's just, he was losing air before, now he's underwater. And they all just kind of stumble through the water, get like swept up against things. It's a bad time overall. The water is cold. Couldn't go any worse. Except there's a waterfall, of course, a big waterfall. By the way, it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
None of them gets shot in the water, by the way, because right now we have plot armor, so we don't get to kill anyone. I'm not sure if I accept any of the water diversion stuff with this massive gun that thing uses. So I just think it is a bad shot.
Oh yeah, no, this robot cannot aim.
Yeah, at least not when it's our main protagonist right now. He can aim just fine for throwaway characters. But yeah, big waterfall. They all fall down. We get the shot underwater. 81 is trying to get a hold of 7, but it's very hard to get up. And before he completely drowns, look, there's the other guy who was yeeted into the water all the way at the beginning of the encounter. And he just happened to see them, and he pulled them out. It's like, good job. So yeah, now 7 is still alive, but he's now also full of water in his little space suit there, space blankie.
Radically increasing the likelihood of hypothermia,
Yeah,
making him bleed out super fast.
yeah,
Death.
he's not doing great. That's for sure.
Hypovolemia, hypothermia, acidosis. Hypovolemia meaning losing blood makes you more acidotic, which makes you colder, and being colder makes you lose more blood. Continue, like just it's a big, we call it the triad of death, and he would be suffering it greatly with a femur fracture.
Shock is not a thing
yeah,
here.
Seven being alive at this point even is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, shock is not a thing here. He already went in shock. He did that. Now he's back awake.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like he was in decompensated shock like before any of the cold water happened. So. And falling off a waterfall.
Oh, that guy's probably gonna die. Well, you would think that, right?
Yeah.
This is why this guy is so fucking funny. I'm gonna say it right now. He goes to even a couple more things soon. He and our main protagonist, they're the only ones who's surviving this. And it's so funny because 7 is dragged through hell and he makes it. It's so funny.
Honestly, like I think quite a while ago, it just stashing 7 somewhere might have been the best bet to actually like keep him alive and be like, let's jot down these coordinates, make sure that we all remember them. We'll like write them on our bodies even so that when we get back to help, we can give those coordinates for an air evac, assuming we've destroyed the robot by that point. But yeah, I think him being alive, even through everything that's it's gone through now, is highly unrealistic.
It's really funny. It made me laugh every time something happened to him again. It's great stuff. Not for the right reasons, obviously. I just found it incredibly entertaining that this happened to him. Also, I'm just trying to imagine when the guy read the script when he got the role. It's like, so you just want me to lie there and get beat up the whole movie? It's like, yep. It's like, I'm in.
Sounds like a pretty easy paycheck.
Just gonna get carried around by the cast. Good stuff, funny stuff. Anyway, he does like a little prep talk to one of the guys, like, "Oh, you're gonna die here if you don't move on." Blah blah blah, and they move on to the village, which they make it through like pretty open terrain. But that fucking robot is nowhere to be seen or heard, which is just like, I don't know how you get so far away from it, even if you went down the waterfall, but whatever. We got more stuff to do. They found some flare traps in the woods, which they leave there because then later on they can see when the robot approaches, and we'll talk about that when that happens, because it seems to move much faster than it actually is at that time. They get to the village, and oh boy, that thing is completely cooked. It's completely exploded. No one is here. There's only one APC here that's a bit stuck on, I don't know, like an antenna or something, or a broken tower. But there's more dead bodies. So yeah, Cadre is no more. That village has been cooked. And then you see 81 kind of looks like, wait, this is where we dropped. There's a big fucking hole back there in the mountain. It's like, oh, that thing came from outer space, went exactly through Cadre's village, where all the people were that could help us right now, and happened to also land very close to the fucking thing we had to explode. It was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, the odds.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, it came from outer space this day, crashed right there and then through the village they needed to be safe, and also landed very close to the point they had to explode their mission target in. Yeah. Very convenient that all of that happened.
Also a bit funny that like 15 is the one that's like, wait, what do you mean? It's like an alien? It's like, buddy, you were the one who brought up aliens at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Did it skip like a stone? No, it went through the top of the mountain. I think it just fucking crashed right through it. And then just, yeah. I don't know, maybe it just skirted the fucking village, destroyed it fully, and then just went ahead. Maybe it did like a little skip. Maybe you're right. But yeah, it's all very convenient that happened this way.
I guess inconvenient considering how much of a threat it ended up posing.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Convenient for purposes of movie.
Pretty much. They also find one of the sergeants, and they give him a little squeeze on the hand, and then he dies right there. That was very sad. Man, they're all so sad right now. I really care about these characters. And then everyone's like, all right, suck it up, you pussies. We gotta move. It's not what he says, but he's like, we need to get this fucking thing on the ground. It's actually called an ASV. I thought it was an APC. I can never fucking tell them apart. I always forget. Doesn't matter. It's an armored vehicle they want to use. And this is where we go to blow with 15. It's like, oh, we're human. We can't just soldier on this whole time. We're not all like a silver fucking star winner hero guy with inhuman power. So yeah, we have emotions. We're not heroes. We need a fucking minute. And it's like, you just fucking called me a hero, bro? I'm not a hero. I didn't even make it back to base. That shit was all made up. I passed out like 100 yards from the side, and I woke up in a hospital. And my brother was already in the box back home on a plane. So yeah, I could get him over this finish line. So yeah, they gave me a medal for the worst day of my life. And then it was like,
yeah, and I mean, you know, I think this is an okay scene generally, and I think that bit of detail is sort of explaining why 81 is the way it is the way he is was. Yeah, I thought this was all right. I think it also kind of it results in the change that happens in 15, where he realizes that, oh, this guy does have emotions too. It's just the things that have happened to him are making him, I guess, pretend that he doesn't, or act as if he doesn't, even though he is like really hurting all the time. But there is too like a very true element of sometimes you do need to act like a human in those situations, and not only in order to complete the mission, but to make sure that everyone else is in the right mental state to do what they need to do. That at the same time, though, considering the threat, I think he's also perfectly reasonable by being like, no, we need to keep doing stuff because we're not out of this yet.
Yeah, I just don't care though. That's a problem.
I mean,
It's just like, yeah, I guess you have your character stuff. Now it's time for more action. Because now it was like, all right, now we're a team. Time to get this thing off the I don't know, broken stuff that's there. Then we have a little thing with 15. Oh, we need to reprime the engine. Because, oh, yeah, I did engineering mechanic stuff too. Wheel mechanic. Thanks, subtitles. Now he got his little moment. And they're like, yeah, we got the thing of the course. But then, ooh, flares. They also find Cadre's secret stash was like I think it was like a couple of assault bars and some energy drinks. I think some Gatorades or something. Assault bars, those are from MREs. I actually had those before because I bought MREs to try them before, which I found interesting. I actually meant to do that again, but they got pretty fucking expensive. It's just not worth it. I find them interesting, like in general. I love to watch like people probably know that channel, Steve MRE 1980 something, I think is the channel name. He does like MRE reviews. I find it fascinating how they get all this stuff in this form factor and have like all the nutrients you need when you're in fucking battle. I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, most of the Canadian ones are not particularly pleasant to eat. I will say that much.
I didn't mind the ones I had.
I've heard good things about the Norwegian ones. Like anytime I've talked to guys who've been on like joint operations with the Norwegians, they're like, buddy, the field food that they have is nuts. Like it's all like premium like salted meats and things like that.
I think I had a Norwegian one. I think they just basically had like grocery stuff in there a lot of times, which was just the canned stuff, which was like fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you do to the South Metal? I don't know. I'm interested in things. I want to try them out. That's pretty much it. It's funny. The German ones have those crackers in them, and if you translate them to English, they literally just call them tank plates because they're so hard. But they're pretty good. They're really nice if you put stuff on them. You can buy them individually. Just I think you can just get them on Amazon if you want.
Yeah, Cataran's reading my mind. Yeah, for the Canadian ones, the two that I think are the most tolerable are the chicken pesto pasta and the beef ravioli.
Ravioli.
Pasta's hard to fuck up, apparently.
Everything is worse nowadays. Oh, especially for pricing. Yeah, for sure. MREs suck. There's the odd ones. Usually pasta. Canadian ones got worse in recent years. I don't know. I feel like the ones I had, that was like a couple of years ago, though. I didn't mind them. They're not like amazing or anything, but if I would be like on the field and that's what I got, it was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I think there's also the ones that are like really big ones that are meant for like field kitchens where they can actually cook like stuff out of it. I think Steve has like a review on that as well. It's pretty interesting. I just find them fascinating.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to not have to eat MREs at this base so far. So there's no point in really giving them to people for the sake of like being like, yeah, eat these because you need to get like better at eating them because they're like ultra expensive. Like the second I heard that like each one of them costs like $45 a box, I was like, Jesus, I could go and get like a steak.
Funny enough, I think the US ones are so commercially available. They're like the cheapest one to buy even here. They're like $25 a pop. If I want to get like a Norwegian one, I think they're like 30 to 45-ish or something.
Scale of production, I guess. There's a lot of people in the American military.
Also, I wonder if it's also because America has a lot of preppers and they probably buy a lot of them, so it's probably just worth making a lot of them because they get bought.
Yeah, anything they don't sell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the salmon. God, I hate the salmon IMP. It's the worst. Cataran just mentioned it. Yeah, the Canadian salmon one. Avoid that at all cost. I also ran out of channel news is correct. The breakfast ones, all the breakfast ones are terrible. I like never eat breakfast in the field if we're on IMPs. IMPs
Oh.
are what we call, I mean, individual meal packs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, someone said it on the different MREs. Yeah, there's like the field ones. There's 24-hour ones. There's just one meal one. I don't know what they're called specifically. But then there's also ones that are just made for like emergency things, where you have like a flooding situation and they need food. You get like packs for that have like toiletries in them and everything.
Ah,
Here's my random knowledge of things that nobody really needs in their life.
yeah, well, people like military talk. It's
Yeah.
fun.
I was the food back during the Blitzmootle.
I saw that.
Honestly, you can actually watch Steve's channel. He has like he tried MREs from like 1940 something, and there was like some stuff in there that was still good actually, which is crazy. And he was like out for like a year or two and almost died because he had like I think it was a Chinese MRE that was so bad that he got insane food poisoning and almost died or something. I don't know if that was just a myth that happened because he was gone for a while, but that's what I
Chinese
heard.
ones the Chinese ones are just uncooked rice. You're expected to eat raw.
Uh,
Or something cheaper like millet. It's like you don't even get rice. Because they have like 1 billion troops in their military.
So, back to the movie. They got the shit. I already forgot what they called it. AFS, AFC, APC. I just call all of those
ASP, I think it's ASV. In this
ASV.
one.
Yeah,
We call them labs, land assault vehicles, but
yeah.
ASV for Americans, I guess.
It's like, hey, the robot is coming. So they see a flare go up. It's like, oh, it's on the way. It's like, oh, that's still pretty far away. So you should be good to just get everything in order. But then the next one comes up, and then the next one. It's like, oh shit, is this thing running? But then it appears out of the woodworks, and it's just walking. It's like, so you just lied to me. It didn't move that fast. It definitely did not move that fast.
It had to deactivate. It ran out of stamina.
It was, yeah. But they have a big old 50 cal on top of the thing, but there's no ammo in it. Well, who just had their moment in the movie? 15. He even cracked a little joke. 81 cracked a little joke at him. It's like, Superman, you made us all look bad. It's like, oh, wow. So he runs back to the thing, a little, or whatever's left of the shed. It's like, here, I got this ammo for you. And he gets scanned red, gets shot, but he throws the ammo into the ASV. And they got ammo now, but he's dead. So RIP 15.
Yeah, that was his arc.
There you go. Then 44 keeps looking at the fucking robot, doesn't start the engine properly, or starts the engine already but doesn't move, but gives it like 5 seconds before she moves, which I was like, Jesus, you know what's up, just fucking move. There's no reason for you to stop. Anyway, the fucking gun doesn't do shit. I guess I like it as visually, where she drives backwards and you get like the wide shot of them shooting at each other. I think it looks the visuals are not bad in this one. I have to say,
Yeah.
like the CGI is not awful.
This is probably the best action scene in the movie too.
Yeah, this is like 7 or somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes of just a big old chase scene while they're in an armored vehicle with a 50 cal. Yeah, it's at least 7 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty long.
But yeah, I guess though, like I'm kind of surprised that they did, like, as they were getting the ASV ready, like you'd think that loading the ammo probably would have been something they do like almost immediately to be like, oh, we've got live rounds, so yeah, let's make sure these are on board as other people
Yeah.
are working on things to get the thing running. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've got a little action scene here. There's not too much to say about it other than it's like relatively exciting. There's they do what they can to slow the robot down, but find that most of their weapons are not very effective because
Yeah.
I think actually it was a super chat that will address, but like it's clear that this is invulnerable magic space metal.
Yeah, pretty much. She is able to turn around the car. She does like a drifty spin to put it to forward because they need more speed. And it looks like they got rid of it, but no, it just shoots more balls. It does a special move where it shoots like a lot of balls at once.
Floaty.
You might
Lots
notice
of
that this robot doesn't have a lot of tricks. It's just mostly shooting its big guns and shoots balls. It has one more trick up its sleeve. We'll see in a little bit, which I think
three
they
weapons.
don't really do a lot with, or anything really. Anyway, they get exploded from a little bit. They get out of course. They go down a big slope or something. But the robot manages to just jump down there. And then it starts running at some point. But while it's running behind them, it charges its mouth laser. This one here. I will show it to you. This one. And my thought was immediately like, you have a grenade launcher. Shoot it when it's open. At least try it. And show me that doesn't do anything. Or at least, you know, slows it down or something. But he shoots it once right before this happens, and then never again. And that triggered me as someone who plays video games. It's a fucking Metal Gear Rex. It kinda is. Yeah, it's just a crazy walker thingy.
The second boss in or the like stage 2 boss in Pragmata actually has a similar thing where like it opens its mouth to do the like critical hits on it.
Yeah, see? That's how you do it. Well, the other guy who's on board, I don't even know what his number is. I think it's the guy they got. No, that guy's already dead. I don't fucking know. It's the other guy. He leans outside, starts to shoot with the guns they have, but nothing really does anything. He loses its arm. It's all just a bad time. The fucking thing gets peppered with holes. 81 has a grenade launcher, as I said. He shoots at a thing, but that also doesn't do shit. And they end up crashing because 44 gets knocked out / killed. And, well, if this didn't kill her, the crash did, because they crash. Wait, actually, before they crash, I almost forgot. 7 slides out of the car, and 81 just grabs him with one arm, which, goddamn, he's so fucking strong.
Yeah. That is well established, that 81 is superhumanly strong.
But the rope on the little the thing they carry him around has like a term they used for it.
Litter.
What was
litter, it? Or litter, Litter.
Yeah, I think so.
Litter.
Yeah.
I actually have one of those at the bottom of my med bag. I think it's the same type.
Oh, okay. The rope he holds onto gets breaks because of the pressure. And you're like, oh, he's finally dead, I guess. He's not. Yeah, they crash. He has another flashback where he passed out next to his brother. But he wakes back up and he sees that everybody is cooked. So, yeah, bad times. Also, the robot is nowhere to be seen for some reason. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. They actually slow it down by using the age-old trick against a big enemy that can't be damaged by their weaponry. Just use force, because they just collapsed, like, part of the mountain onto it, which did break it a bit.
I mean, yeah, that is actually how Chris wins his fight with Wesker at the end of Code Veronica. Can't do any damage, so ends up just dropping a bunch of, like, I-beams on him, like big like, iron construction beams. Just buries him in them. Doesn't work for long, though. Wesker does get up.
Yeah, so good old trick where they shoot the side of the mountain and collapse a bunch of rocks on it. He checks out the rocks and sees, wait, there's only a little part of it, and he turns around and sees it do a weird space laser. They don't tell us what it does, but I assume it contacts Mother Base, like, we need backup or something. I don't fucking know. They never mention it again. We just see it do it.
They've got an action movie hero that I can't seem to kill. Send help.
Send help. Then he turns around and is like, oh shit, 7. What's up? He's like, yeah, I'm still alive. It's like, goddamn, dude. He's going through hell, but somehow he keeps surviving.
Yeah, it's his ability to survive is astonishing.
It's really funny.
It's almost as crazy. It's crazier actually than 81's strength.
It is. He should have bled out, frozen to death, drowned. Whatever happened to him when he got yeeted out of the car. It's like
I mean, like unless 81 tied like the most effective Israeli dressing ever on him in that one scene, he definitely would have bled out by now.
yeah. It's like in Baki when one of the characters tells the enemy, it's like, yeah, you broke every bone in my body, but I have still enough power to give you one more best shot or something.
Yeah. That's not how bones work.
There's some PSI grid exploding next to it, raining dirt onto it. No. Oh yeah, I should also mention they all get yeeted around in the ASV while she drives around because they're not like locked in place or anything.
Yes, sir, Raph. This movie logic, the injured are effectively in stasis safe mode until the conclusion.
Right, yeah. The rest of the ammunitions explode, which leads the robot to their position, and 81 is like, I'm gonna get this guy to safety, whatever it takes. And then we see him dragging him through the mud and the rain, and he keeps falling over, and he's very frustrated. And then also he sees the clock run out on their mission. It's like, oh no, I failed. It's like, didn't we already acknowledge that that doesn't matter anymore? The timer shouldn't be that annoying to you. You still have one guy to save. Just because the timer ran out doesn't mean you should stop.
Yeah, I feel like they're not gonna fail you based on time. They're like,
No,
man,
no.
that was amazing. You killed this alien mecha and you saved a guy that certainly should be dead. Yeah, sorry, but 27 hours. So
Yeah.
better luck next year.
Yeah. No, they lied next to each other, and Seven finally is like, "Oh yeah, I knew your brother DFQ. He couldn't stop talking about how he's gonna become a ranger with you, and it's just it's the classic stuff. It's like, oh, he passed while I was on furlough, but he would want you to see this through the end, stuff like that. It's not your failure. You did what you can, but just don't forget, Ranger says to never stop. That's pretty much it. Then he sees the robot scanning the whole fucking place, and he remembers like a mining facility we saw briefly in the beginning when they got shipped into the mission, and it's like, here, I'll just leave you here, Seven, because I need all my hands to do this. So hopefully you won't get found.
Like 100%, that should have been Plan A with this guy an
Yeah.
hour ago. Like, and I mean a movie hour, so like several hours ago in movie.
For sure, yeah.
Or sorry, like an our world viewing hour, like an hour of runtime ago.
Well, he makes his way to that mine facility, and there's lots of heavy machinery in there. There's a big crane, and there's a caterpillar, and that's what they call like the big ones with the shovel on it, right? That's what they call them.
Well, Caterpillar, I think, is a brand, like a company, but Bulldozer is what.
Yeah, that's that's just the brand. Okay, it's just like a fucking brand thingy, like with.
It's very common. You'll see vehicles like that say Caterpillar on them. Yeah. Letters, so it's a reasonable mistake to have made.
But yeah, they also have some dynamite here, and he turns on the whole fucking facility, gets the mech over here. We do a little close call where he almost finds Seven, but no, there's a flare, and that's more interesting now. So the robot goes there. Robot goes to the edge of the mine thingy. Luckily, exactly where he planted those dynamite sticks. I have no idea how he figured he would come exactly there and not a little bit to the left or the right. But hey, we got a movie to do, so shut up.
Yeah, this whole final act is pretty rushed.
It's
like,
kinda,
okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, we're about to pull Chekhov's thermodynamics law trigger, uh, and the stop leak. So there's not a lot to say here, really. It's just all silly action. He got the big fucking bulldozer thingy, and his idea is, hey, I got a conveyor belt here that does a lot of little stone pebbles and rocks. I'm gonna push it all the way over there. Also, the robot misses the first shot and then just keeps shooting the shovel, which I guess is thick enough to stop everything, even though it earlier, I'm pretty sure, shot through the armored car. But hey, that was like 10 minutes ago. We don't think about that anymore.
Yeah. I like again. I wouldn't know the specifics of the metal density, but I think that having the rounds go through an armored vehicle but be stopped by the bulldozer shovel is convenient.
Yep. Yeah, as Paul just pointed out, they're basically doing in Aliens. Yeah,
I know, yeah, get away from her, you bitch.
yeah, the bulldozer is the exoskeleton working thingy. He pushes him into the wall. He starts putting some pebbles in there, but damn, he's got jets on his back, which should just mean he loses immediately. But I guess there's a lot of horsepower in that thing.
Solid American engineering, hell yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, the robot decides to not continue this or use the guns again. It starts charging the mouth laser, and he just uses the fucking shovel to close the fucking mouth. It pulls it more up, and he hits the conveyor belt again. He just puts all the fucking pebbles on top of the thing, which means it blocks the exhaust port. The whole thing turns into a glowing stick of metal because it can't vent all the heat. Because for some reason, this crazy alien technology, they got here on an asteroid. They have these crazy weapons, but they only have one exhaust port, which is on top, not on the bottom, not behind, clearly visible to everyone. Very cool, very smart aliens. And yeah, in a last-ditch effort, it tries to shoot the big crane to do something, maybe kill him with it or something. I'm not entirely sure what the idea was.
I think that's it. It's because it's just the guns, for whatever reason, can't seem to aim directly in front at that range. It destroys the tower to try to topple it on top of 81 protagonist man.
Yeah.
Doesn't go well for the alien.
Doesn't really do much because he just jumps out. The alien explodes and it drops all its balls. And in, I guess in Predator fashion, it kind of primed them right before and explodes the whole fucking mine in a big explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, the alien thread has been terminated. It was very exciting. Not really. It was just whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe this whole movie. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't say it's super exciting or anything. It's just like, yeah, it's okay.
If you want something to show your normie friends, show them this. They like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, he carries 7 now all the way back to base for realsies this time. But we see that there's a bunch of helicopters flying in, more broken parts of alien machinery. Which with this is like, oh, they actually gave us a reason why there wasn't fucking help on the way immediately to them. Because it seems like they're currently facing a full-fledged invasion of alien robots, and they've been busy with that. Which, you know what? Fair play. I probably wouldn't go out to get those Rangers either immediately. Pretty far down on the list.
Because, like, I mean, if like you can just assume that, like, okay, they're either all dead or they're out in the woods and more or less fine, and us trying to find them would just tie up resources when the living ones might be able to just get back here on their own. Yeah. I think that's more or less okay. Of the weird things in this movie's writing, I think that not having help sent for them is one of the things lower on the totem pole, just because of how much more that this base might need to be dealing with at this moment.
Yeah. Well, I would just say it's not a problem at all then, because that's a pretty good reason. to not send some people because they need the manpower. Anyway, he carries him all the way to the Ranger finish line, and then it's like, you failed. The time was over. Go back out there.
Yeah. That would have been so funny.
81, can you take me to a med tent, please?
I mean, like, that was probably the bigger problem here. It's stupid that he's not shouting medic the second he gets a shot of people. Because I guess you wanted to have the moment where he's crossing him over the line, but Seven needs immediate medical attention. Literally yesterday. I'm not saying yesterday as like, hey, it's like immediately. It's like no. Actually, yesterday it needed to start.
But at least some people on the base noticed what was happening, and they put him on a on a stretcher immediately and get him to the medics. And then the first sergeant is here. It's like, whoa, is all that's left? It's like, yep. And it's like, oh, sorry, we couldn't send anyone to you. We just secured this base. We needed all the people we can. It's like, hey, how many robots are there? It's like, oh, there's a lot of them. They're everywhere. And he says that we neutralized the first wave. We're currently preparing for a full-fledged invasion. And we already needed everything we had to just get rid of these couple. And then we get an emergency news broadcast where we see robots going through all kinds of cities and breaking shit. So essentially, they say there's tens of thousands on the way to get them. So yeah, sequel bait? Question mark.
Like with a movie like this, you kind of always have to wonder: is like, would Netflix want to make a sequel to this? Like, what could be, especially when it's got to be much larger scale, and even just in like, unless you're following totally different characters, because like at the end of this, 81 is like on his way with a Ranger battalion into a city where they're supposed to be evacuating citizens, and I feel like this movie probably could have saved it, or probably did save a whole lot of its budget by being set in the woods and fairly easy to film, like on a location where we could literally find anywhere in the country, like a state that has really cheap tax, to just find a forest and film a bunch of people running around fighting a CGI robot. But I was like, oh, you got cities that you need to now have like landscapes of broken down buildings and much more CGI. It's like, I don't know. For a Netflix movie, I'm not sure that they would want to dump that kind of budget. Especially because it's not like this movie is going to light the world on fire and make everyone be like, man, why didn't this go to theaters?
Yeah.
Like, this is a very, I got some time to kill, what's on Netflix kind of movie.
that is literally what this movie is. But before we get all the way to the end here, it's like, hey, they're ready to see you now. And it's like, okay, Mr. Ranger Man, he gets his scroll, by the way. He's the Ranger now. And it's like, so these
fucking right, he did.
yeah. It's like, hey, these
nice little scene though with Dennis Quaid like slapping it on him.
Yeah.
Like, fun.
It's like, hey, those machines don't die easily. How the fuck did you kill it without any weapons? And then he's like, oh yeah, there's like this big glowing thing that opens up like every time they do anything. I just put something in there. And then it exploded. And they're like, oh my god, you saved so many people with this information. It's like, Bridge, did you tell me nobody thought about doing anything with that fucking port?
Well, I mean, I almost kind of wonder, it's like, how did all of you guys kill them without figuring that out?
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, at least it's been pretty clear that even, like, at least mobile artillery, like the big cannon from the tank, or not tank, the ASV, didn't do much. So, like, are you guys dropping like hydrogen bombs on them, or like how did you kill the other ones?
Also, I think, let me actually double check. There's if you see here from on the bottom on the top right here in the footage, this is like the vision from like an airship that shoots like big guns. It does like an explodey thing, but it just keeps walking.
Keep moving?
Like, what the fuck? What else do you need? Like, this is like massive calibers you shoot from the air. as far as I
yeah,
know.
like I said, Tomahawk missile. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, what could you possibly do? And they got like shit in there where there was like only the top half left. So yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
honestly, like it seems like the best way to destroy these things might actually be some kind of like air suffocating foam. Like
Yeah.
just spray them with foam on the vents to block them, and then they blow up.
Yeah, no, these things lose to an AC 130s. I would assume so. Um, I'm just that's just what they showed me.
Even at the end, though, they say that like the Rangers are in here to evacuate civilians and make way for the heavy weapons or heavy artillery. I forget exactly what they say, but
Yeah,
like presumably a big enough shell or missile will destroy one of these. And
yeah,
I guess you're that shot being like what looks like a very large caliber cannon, not destroying it is yeah, it's a bit strange.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't get much higher in caliber than this without destroying a city. So, yeah.
Bunker busters.
Yeah. Well, they got more Rangers now. They got 81 now to give a little speech like, "Oh, I know some of you feeling you gotta stick together. We're Rangers. We never fucking stop. Let's roll on." It was like, "Yeah, he's leading now." And then they all go up on helicopters and go away. And he fucking joins them like he's not injured beyond belief.
Well, I think we've established that he is superhuman.
That's
that
true,
that
yeah.
one injury to the leg, he was like never again and fucking meant it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I mean I'm literally never getting injured ever again, and my body's going to play by those rules.
And then he has a little nap. And it's like, "Hey, did anybody catch his name?" And I was like, "No." And then they keep calling him 81. Man, iconic character 81 from War Machine.
What's your name, son? John War Machine.
John War Machine, yeah. John War Machine, the 81st. And that's the movie. Dramatic music continues, as it says for the subtitles here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Kinda,
like again, it's a very Netflix sci-fi action movie. It is like probably the most prototypical example of that will be used in the future, and that like
yeah.
it's watchable. There's some stuff in it that is kind of entertaining. You're never going to need to see this film. You're probably never going to want to watch it again. I
No.
watched it twice just preparing for this, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's unspectacular in a lot of ways,
pretty much, yeah.
but like entertaining enough that you can sit through it, I guess.
Yeah. Don't give a shit about the characters. By the way, the music throughout this movie is generic as fuck. It's so
Yeah.
uninspired. It's ugh. Visuals are pretty good to fine to good in some places. It's definitely not the worst I've seen. And the characters are just kind of here to be killed. So yeah,
Oh, Black Hat Reddit. Yeah, no, it was 100% worse the second time because there's nothing to it, right? So like without the tension of what is going to happen next, there's
Oh,
not a lot to keep you engaged in the film.
when I took my notes, I was like, oh, I can just skip 10 minutes now because I know there's just
Yeah.
going to be a lot of shooting right now. So skip.
Yeah, Metal messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I've got like no notes on this movie." I'm like, "Do you want to just bail on this movie and do more Resident Evil 6?" And he's like, "No, we'll do it."
No, I can't do any Resident Evil right now. I've been overdosing on Resident Evil. Maybe I should have.
Yeah,
Maybe if we would have played
more campaign.
more good Resident Evil things, I wouldn't be so annoyed.
I guess we can play 5 before we go back to the 2 remaining campaigns of 6.
We'll
Next time
see.
we talk about stuff co-op stream.
We shall see. But yeah, that's War Machine.
Certainly was.
Put it on if you need noise in the background while doing chores. I think that's what Swell earlier said. Good putting on while you do your chores.
Yeah, if you've got laundry to fold, this is not a bad thing to have on a display that's nearby. So that when you start hearing things blow up, you can look up and see an okay action scene.
Yeah. If only Mewshi didn't trade Mootle for Drinker.
Hey, it's not a competition.
is to me.
What,
God damn it.
there's enough internet for all of us.
It's so funny. I'm not even that often on EFAB anymore because I'm busy myself. And I checked EFAB ME recently. It was like, oh, I still have like triple the amount of time on EFAB than the next one, which is Jay, who hasn't been on in ages as well.
Yeah.
This is funny. But then
Last time I was far higher up in the rankings than I ever imagined I'd be, though. I was like, oh, I've actually been on EFAP a fair amount. I guess, though, because it's by hours, I'm often on the anniversary episodes, and I fill slots whenever they need them. So I knock out like an extra like 17 hours on each one of those.
Well, the funny thing is also the Little Mermaid double thing was released this week. I was like, oh, that was like recorded, I don't know, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I get EFAB time without even doing EFAB right now. It's just funny. But yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it for War Machine.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy, but there we go. Well, I guess we can do the super chats here real quick. We got $10 by TRKG1887. Thank you very much. It says, bot is too small, IMO. I don't care what BS magic space metal they make up. An M829A2 from an M1A2 should penetrate this thing. Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
WOT, fuck, what was that again? Did it better with the energy shields and on the tripods? Oh, World of the Wars. Right?
War of the Worlds.
This way around, yeah. They don't need dirt.
The Tom Cruise one, right? Not the recent one that's apparently one of the worst films ever made.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think when they started bringing out the big stuff, they should have at least like dented it. But yeah, we only had some 50 cal and whatever, and the grenades didn't do anything. I mean, they put C4 on it and that didn't do anything. So when we got to the AFC, I was like, oh, this is just not going to do anything. It already showed me that C4 attached to his chassis is not doing shit. So, and they also didn't do any trying of. They didn't try to hit the weak spots or anything. They didn't try to hit the vent. They didn't try to hit the open mouth. It was just, yeah, definitely a lot of tweaks I would do with this one.
For sure.
20 Danish kronas, I think that is, from Jogaful Bots. Thank you. Metal, Look Outside 2.3 update has been arrived. Play it. I actually finished my playthrough the day that was released, and I saw a couple of the new things in there. So yeah, I finished.
Watch it update nukes your save file, and it was right when you were about to finish.
Oh my god. 30 hours gone. Jesus. But yeah, I checked out a couple of the endings. It's good shit. Those endings rule, the ones I've seen. I've got the good ending and I got the real bad ending. And the way they are written is amazing. Like, that game is proper great. I really love Look Outside. It's fantastic. And I hope I get time after Pragmata to go back and do another playthrough, because I really do love that game. It's amazing. Big recommendation to everyone. It's fantastic.
All right.
And then Sonny Close with the $50. Thank you very much, dude. Just says, good work, guys. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that one. That might be the biggest super chat we've ever gotten. We appreciate every single one of them, though. The small ones add up, and we love you.
Slumpy with the $2. Thank you very much. Metal, did you forge Tremors yet? That's a fun one. I haven't seen Tremors in fucking ages. So yeah, that would be like a new experience. That's probably a movie I randomly watched on the telly one day.
I think I was in elementary school when I saw that movie at a friend's house, and I'm 42 years old now. So that was quite a while ago. But yeah, no, I'd be up for it. Kevin Bacon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Landworms, you know.
And then $5 from Ran Out of Channel Names. Thank you. Forge Escape from New York /LA. Do it, cowards. I don't think I've ever seen that. Escape from New York,
damn good. Escape from LA is silly. Oh, you've never seen Escape from New York?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, that's big inspiration for Metal Gear. Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell.
I guess that makes sense.
John Carpenter, director of The Thing, also.
Mm-hmm.
It's his other big Kurt Russell. I think that's actually the first movie he did with Kurt Russell, and everyone was surprised because Kurt Russell was like a Disney Channel movie guy. And it, like picture putting like Zac Efron in a movie where he was like super badass after the High School Musical movies, and then he turned into Kurt Russell after that. So you know,
He
it
turned
was it
into
was a
Kurt
big deal.
Russell.
Well, I mean, it was like, wait, why would you cast this guy as like an elite soldier in an action movie where he's trying to like save the president from New York that's been turned into a prison island? And then they made a pretty good movie out of it. Escape from LA is pretty silly. It's kind of fun, I guess, but not as good as New York.
I see. Yeah, put it on the list for sure.
Yeah, I'd be up for it.
And then another $2 came in from Automata. Thank you very much. +1 code Veronica mentioned. Good.
Yeah, I finished it last week.
I think I got. I think that was one of the last in the last hauls from the flea market. I think I got code Veronica on that one for PlayStation.
Yeah, I heard. I saw actually on Twitter, John just started playing Code Veronica as well. He's playing the the PS2 version through PS4's backwards compatibility limited thing that they do. I just played it on the PCSX2 emulator, though originally it was a Sega Dreamcast game. So yeah, you can find that one on Dreamcast. It was probably, honestly, it's probably one of the reasons I bought a Dreamcast. That and Soul Calibur were kind of the big things. I was hearing there was going to be a brand new next gen Resident Evil game, and then Soul Calibur. But well, honestly, I liked playing it in the arcades, and I found Ivy very attractive. So that's probably why I bought a Dreamcast.
Nice. It's a good reason to buy a Dreamcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are super
yeah.
chats. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated, as always.
Yeah. We very much appreciate all the support, everybody. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, you got anything planned you want to tell the people about, or just?
Oh no,
doing
not
stuff?
really. No, I'm just chipping away at
Cool.
Pragmata, getting us ready for that forge. I've got a couple pretty intense weeks ahead of me, including actually I'm doing something for a selection course similar to the one that was in this movie, but I'm not a candidate on it. I'm just a medic for it, though. I cannot say where or when or what the course is. That's probably the most I can say is I'm a medic on a course that's similar to that somewhere at some time. But
Cool.
so if there's a forge that needs to be canceled, it might be because I was like working for 72 hours straight with no sleep.
That would be more than okay. I'll just stream a video game then.
I'm hoping I won't be. If I am, it means that people were getting hurt enough that I had to be awake that entire time.
Right,
But,
yeah. Let's hope that does not happen. That's a
yeah,
good
for
thing
everyone's
to hope
sake.
for. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I see. Well, for me, I'll start Pragmata tomorrow. That'll be streamed, and I'm also trying to finish up that Dustborn Forspoken rant, which seems like it's going to be getting close to 3 hours long with all the editing and clips in there. So yeah, that I didn't expect this one to get that long, but yeah, that's coming your way hopefully very soon. I'm not gonna make any more predictions anymore because every time I do, the fucking shit gets longer, or I don't know, my shoulder breaks or something. But yeah, no. I hope it'll be out soon, but that'd be a nice long one for you all.
Hooray!
But yeah, that's essentially it, and then we do Forge. And I guess you'll see if the Pragmata Forge is going to be this coming week or the week after. I'll kind of decide which one it'll be, depending on how far I get on my first stream. That's pretty much the idea right now.
All right.
But yeah. With that said, thank you very much for hanging out. Again, thanks for the super chats. And yeah, we shall see you all very soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Jojo, say something.
Do it.
She's a quiet, sleepy puppy right now.
Okay.
You're very good, Jojo. You're a good girl.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.